From the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, it's the best high school wrestling tournament in the nation, the PIAA Class 3A Individual Wrestling Tournament Finals, live tonight on PCN. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Jim Davis, I'm Kyle Berger. So glad you're with us for PCN's exclusive coverage of the PIAA Wrestling Championships. And Jim, team score is up in the air a little bit here in 3A between Nazareth and Erie Cathedral Prep. Bethlehem Catholic, the team champion earlier this year, is going to be in third place when it's all said and done.
Well, that team stumbled quite a bit in the first round. They sent 7 guys to this tournament from that tough Northwestern Regional tournament. 5 of them got beat in the preliminary bout. That left 2. One of those lost in the quarterfinals. They only have 1 guy left in the championship bracketing. He's in the finals. He's good, but it's not the standard that Bethlehem Catholic typically sets for itself.
Yeah, Nazareth with 1 finalist, Erie Cathedral Prep with 2, so we will see as Nazareth has a slight lead on Cathedral Prep coming in. We had the AA finals a little bit earlier this afternoon for you on PCN, and Jim, there were a lot of what I call legacy wrestlers, guys that have won 2, 3, even 4 state championships. Not necessarily the case here tonight in AAA, but a lot of new faces that are quite accomplished in their own right. Who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Trent Hidlay wrestle. Trent Hidlay he is a bread and butter guy. Everybody likes to watch the guys with the big moves, that sort of thing. That's not Trent Hidlay. He is a bread and butter guy. He's going to get to 1 leg, he's going to get to 2. He's going to stay in good position, and he's going to beat you with 3 or 4 moves that you cannot stop. That guy is going places.
Yeah, that he is. He's going to North Carolina State. We'll talk about Trent Hidlay and the 27 other finalists after this short break. We have the 3A individual finals for you live from the Giant Center here on PCN. We'll step aside and come back and set the table for you right after this. Back inside the Giant Center, getting set for the start of the 3A Individual Wrestling Championships here in Hershey. 14 individual champions to be crowned tonight. Kyle Berger, Jim Davis with you as we preview the 14 matchups tonight. And we start off with an undefeated Hammer at 106 pounds, coming to us from Norwin High School. That's Curtis Phipps, who has just rolled through his opposition this year. He'll be taking on a freshman, Alejandro Herrera from Seneca Valley. And Phipps has just been phenomenal this year for Norwin.
He really has been tough, but Herrera has been wrestling well. And, when you look at Herrera, he looks like he's a 7th grader.
And there's a look at Phipps from Norwin. He is the only member of the Norwin wrestling team out here this state tournament, but he's looking to take home a title. At 113 pounds, Killian Delaney, a sophomore from Westchester Henderson, will take on Ryan Sullivan from Scheller area. That was a bracket that got a little bit upended by Delaney, who knocked off Frankie Benura in the round of 16 on Thursday night in a big upset early on, and he's rode that all the way to the finals. Our first defending champion of the evening will be Doug Zapp from Downingtown West, taking on the top-ranked 120-pounder in the state, Logan Macri. Jim, a loaded weight class, and when it's all said and done, the cream rose to the top.
Well, definitely. These two have been on a collision course all season long. Doug Zapp is in the finals for the 2nd time, but Logan Macri looks hungry. He has wrestled very well.
Yeah, he is from Cannon McMillan. Zapp, a winner at 106 pounds last year, up a couple weight classes. On to the next weight class at 126, Sam Hilligus from North Hills will take on Chris Wright from Central Dauphin. Hilligus, an undefeated freshman state champion last year, and he's done nothing but win again this year.
Well, he has looked tough, but Central Dauphin comes to the finals and typically wrestles very, very well, so don't count out Chris Wright.
Well, Hilligus, if you blinked, you missed him. He has pinned all 10 of his opponents this postseason, including in the semifinals earlier this morning. His opponent, as we mentioned, Chris Wright of Central Dauphin. At 132 pounds, Colton Camacho from Franklin Regional against Jeffrey Boyd from Erie McDowell. A couple of previous state qualifiers, but they will both be taking home their first medals. At 138 pounds, Ryan Anderson from Bethlehem Catholic, one of the top wrestlers in the country, will take on Seth Colino. He is a two-time state medalist. At 145 pounds, it is the top-ranked wrestler in the nation, Sammy Sasso from Nazareth. He is defending his state championship, I should say, against Colby Ho of Du Bois, and Sasso is just electric.
He is in a continuous quest for points, to the point of being almost abusive to some of his opponents.
Yeah, that's him against Ryan Vulak in the semifinals. Vulak is the number 2 wrestler in the state at this weight class, and he major decisioned him and made it look easy. At 152 pounds, Gage McClenahan of Bald Eagle area takes on William Evanitsky, a two-time state medalist out of Scranton. At 160 pounds, it is Carter Starocki of Cathedral Prep, undefeated this season. His opponent is Zach Hartman. Starocki is a second-place finisher a year ago, won 2 national championships in the offseason in freestyle and Greco, and this is his quasi-controversial win over Garrett Nienhouse in the semifinals this morning.
Oh, he struggled a little bit in the semifinals, but boy, he has got a toolbox to use here in this final match.
Yeah, he squeaked by Nienhouse in sudden victory this morning. Jim's pick for the guy to watch, Trent Hindley. We'll see him at 170 pounds, undefeated this year, a defending state champion. He will take on Luke Nichter of Chambersburg. And as you said, Jim, it's just a plain sandwich, nothing on it. He
That's
brings
right.
you the basics, but he does them incredibly well.
He does about 4 moves, but he does them so well that nobody can stop them.
You see the power as you watch Hindley finish off a couple of takedowns in his semifinal win, and boy, he is just something else. At 182 pounds, we have Josh Stillings from Penn Ridge looking to become the second ever state champion from Penn Ridge. His opponent is Tim Wallace of Albert Gallatin High School out of District 7. At 195 pounds, Cole Urbis and Luke McGonigal will tee off in a rematch of last week's regional final, won by Urbis. At 220, a great story. Hunter Katka, a sophomore from Sun Valley and of District 1, just the second ever medalist for Sun Valley, and he had an incredible semifinal against defending champion Ian Edenfield, in which he was almost pinned in the first period, but they were ruled out of bounds, and then he got to work and just put his offense to task.
Yeah, workmanlike fashion, he came back little by little, almost like the swimmer in the movie, sneaking up with a knife. He's swimming along with a knife in his teeth.
Yeah.
He's just always out there and slowly but surely coming for you.
And at 285, our last matchup, Isaac Reed of Kiski area looking to finish off an undefeated season against Kwan Debo from Cathedral Prep. So that's a look at our matchups here at the 2018 AAA Individual Wrestling Finals, as Isaac Reed looking to win a championship for Kiski area. So we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have the parade of 3rd, 5th, and 7th place winners, as well as the parade of champions with our 28 finalists here from the Giant Center. Back after this on PCN. Back inside the Giant Center, the crowd filtering in for the Class 3A Wrestling Championships here. 14 champions will be crowned. Just 4 returning champions out of the 14 weight classes here this evening. And certainly looking forward to some good matchups. For my money, as you look at some of the crowd here, the matchup at 120 is a primetime matchup. Doug Zaff won it at 106 last year, and he is up a couple of weight classes this year against Logan Macri of Cannon McMillan, who has been wrestling like a man on a mission. And, you know, both of those guys pretty good offensively, but it almost seems that they will stalemate each other out because of the skill level you see so often in state finals.
Oh, definitely, and Zapp doesn't give up points easily, but Macri has been a point-scoring machine.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting dichotomy between these two.
I had a chance to officiate in the team duels about a month ago, and Cannon McMillan was one of the teams that I officiated, and they were wrestling Central Dauphin. And they were down by 4 points going into the final bout, and it was Logan Macri. And you almost knew that it was going to be a win, and a tech fall, and they were going to win by a point, and that's exactly what happened. He has just been an absolute hammer this year for Cannon McMillan. You know, Sammy Sasso, the other guy that we're looking forward to seeing at 145 pounds, has just been so good on his feet, on the mat. #1 with a bullet in the state of Pennsylvania and going to Ohio State next year.
Yeah, unfortunately going to the Buckeyes, but he has really been tough. He's looked solid. He's great on his feet, and his typical game is catch and release, take down, let you go, but he sort of filtered that out a little bit here as the going gets a little tougher in these final matches. Be interesting to see what happens in this final, but he is wrestling solid.
You are looking at the parade of those wrestling for 3rd, 5th, and 7th. They will be wrestling on the other 3 mats while the finals go on the Giant Center mat right in front of Jim and I here on the floor of the arena. So those are your guys going for 3rd, 5th, and 7th, and tell you what, you get a medal in the state of Pennsylvania, that is something to be proud of. It is such a tough state. Regardless of classification, 3 or 2A, you have all of these guys out here wrestling for a medal tonight. Just a phenomenal job, and that medal around your neck makes it all worth it. The hard work you put in all season long. And these guys will all leave with a medal, get a nice ovation from the crowd here. So congratulations to those wrestlers who will be wrestling for 3rd, 5th, and 7th. And at this point, we'll turn it over to the video board for a special presentation.
You're king of the castle, and everybody knows they bow in your presence and fear your might, cause they know for damn sure what it looks like. Being the best, what it looks like. To be a cut up of the rest, what it looks like. Being the best, what it looks like. To be a cut up of the rest, what it looks like. Being the best, what it looks like. To be a cut up of the rest, what it looks like. Being the best, what it looks like. To be a cut up of the rest.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our 2018 AAA finalists, wrestling at 106 pounds. From Norwin out of District 7, head coach Brandon Miller. This season's record, undefeated at 39-0, overall record 75-5. A sophomore, Curtis Phipps.
His opponent at 106 pounds is a freshman from Seneca Valley out of District 7. His head coach is Kevin Wildrick. He has a career record of 45-8. Please welcome Alejandro Herrera.
Wrestling at 113 pounds from Shaler area from District 7, head coach Drew DiAugustino. This season's record 41-1, career record 97-9. A junior, Ryan Sullivan.
His opponent at 113 pounds is a sophomore, Westchester Henderson High School in District 1. A season record of 41-5, a career mark of 80-16. His head coach is Rob Begley. His name is Killian Delaney.
Wrestling at 120 pounds, a returning champion from Downingtown West from District 1, head coach Brad Breeze. This season's record, 47-4, overall record, 156 wins and 28 losses. Senior Doug Zampf.
His opponent at 120 pounds is from Camden McMillan High School in District 7. His head coach is Jeff Havelka. He has a season mark of 38-2, a career mark of 151-30. Senior Logan Macri.
Wrestling at 126 pounds, a returning champion from North Hills from District 7, head coach Jose Martinez. 31-1 record this season, career record 74-1. Sophomore Sam Hilligus.
His opponent is a senior from Central Dauphin High School in District 3. His head coach is Jeff Swigert. A season record of 48-1, a career mark of 177-25. Please welcome Chris Wright.
Wrestling at 132 pounds from McDowell from District 10, head coach Tim Simon.
Yes.
This year's record 35-2, overall record 70-19. Jeffrey Boyd, a junior.
His opponent at 132 pounds is from Franklin Regional out of District 11. District 7, a junior. His head coach, Matt Levy. A season record of 40-2, a career mark of 102-17, Colton Camacho.
Wrestling at 138 pounds from Baltimore area from District 6, head coach Ron Gano. Undefeated this year at 37-0, overall record 132-19, senior Seth Colino.
His opponent at 138 pounds is a junior from District 11's Bethlehem Catholic. His head coach, Jeff Karam, a season record of 29-3, career mark of 76-6. Please welcome Ryan Anderson.
Wrestling at 145 pounds from Nazareth from District 11, head coach Dave Crow. Season record 46-1, overall record 179-11. Senior and returning champion Sammy Sasso.
His opponent at 145 is a senior from District 9's Du Bois High School. His head coach is Luke Bundy. His season record 35-4, a career mark of 120-28, Colby Ho.
Wrestling at 152 pounds from Baltimore area from District 6, head coach Ron Gano. Season record 35-4, career record 68-11, Gage McCallahan.
His opponent at 152 pounds is from Scranton High School in District 2, where he is a senior. His head coach is John Burgett. He has a season mark of 44-1, a career mark of 147-24. Please welcome William Ivanitsky.
Wrestling at 160 pounds from Cathedral Prep from District 10, head coach Mike Aisi. Undefeated this year at 45-0, career record 123-10. A junior, Carter Starachi.
His opponent at 160 pounds is a senior at Belle Vernon High School in District 7. His head coach is Mike Doppelhauer. A season record of 43-1, a career mark of 170-24, Zach Hartman.
Wrestling at 170 pounds from Mifflin County from District 6, head coach Kirby Martin. Record 42-0 this year, overall record 153-14, returning champion and senior Trent Hidley.
His opponent at 170 pounds is a sophomore from District 3's Chambersburg High School. A season mark of 38-6, a career mark of 70-17. His head coach, Matt Menzer, his name, Luke Nichter.
Wrestling at 182 pounds from Penridge from District 1. Head coach R.P. Norley, record 30-1 this year, overall 150-27. Senior Josh Stillings.
His opponent at 182 pounds is a senior from Albert Gallatin in District 7. His head coach is Dwayne Duport. A season record of 37-3, a career mark of 139-20, Tim Wallace.
Wrestling at 195 pounds from State College from District 6, head coach Ryan Cummings. 29-1 this season, overall 78-10, a junior Cole Ibis.
His opponent at 119 pounds is a senior at Clearfield High School in District 9. His head coach, Jeff Avini. A season record of 34-1, a career mark of 134-20. Please welcome Luke McGonigal.
Wrestling at 220 from Sun Valley from District 1, head coach Tom Ellis. 40-1 this season, overall 74-8, sophomore Hunter Katka.
His opponent at 220 pounds is from Altoona in District 6. His head coach, Joel Gilbert. A season mark of 30-5, a career record of 105-33, senior Parker McClellan.
And wrestling at 285 from Kiski area, District 7, head coach Chris Heater. 22-0 this season, overall record 128-24, senior Isaac Reed.
His opponent at 285 pounds is from Erie Cathedral Prep High School in District 10, where he is a junior. His head coach, Mike Haisi. A season record of 42-1, a career mark of 120-13, Kawan Debo. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 PIAA AAA Parade of Champions.
A standing ovation in the Giants Center for the 28 finalists, 14 of whom will take home a gold medal from Hershey this evening. The Class 3A finals come your way next. We'll step aside and come back with a 106-pound matchup right after this. Back inside the Giants Center, the first of 14 finals about to come your way. And we start down at the bottom at 106 pounds. Curtis Phipps sophomore out of Norwin, ranked number 17 in the nation. He'll take on Alejandro Herrera, a freshman from Seneca Valley. Here's your matchup. Phipps undefeated on the season, 39-0 this season, 75-5 for his career. And Herrera in his freshman campaign, 45-8. That's his season and career mark. And Jim, looking at that headshot, you're right. He certainly has a baby face, this freshman.
He doesn't wrestle that way, I can tell you that.
No, he is
solid, absolutely solid.
Decorated junior wrestler, a 5-time PJW champion, a 5-time state freestyle and Greco champion. And wrestling here for head coach Kevin Wildrick, looking to become the 2nd state champion in Seneca Valley history. Mike Roboleski, 130-pounder in 1996, the only champion. The black and blue singlet of Seneca Valley being worn by Herrera, and Curtis Phipps in the blue and gold of Norwin. This is a rematch from the regional last week. It was won 1-0 by Phipps on a penalty point in the 2nd period, and then it was a scoreless 3rd. So these two were close, and this certainly a toss-up. Phipps' older brother Drew was a finalist in 2016 at 195 pounds. Now wrestles at Bucknell. Phipps was a 7th place finisher a year ago and looking to climb onto the top of the podium this time around.
Herrera has been very tough, very stingy about giving up any points in his 3 matches to make it into this final. He's only given up 1 point.
Phipps hanging on to that right ankle of Herrera. Herrera trying to step over, and we've got potentially dangerous called. Wade Williams out of District 6 is our official. He's in his 23rd year, an interior project specialist for Lowe's. They also, these two matched up in the Powerade semifinals. Phipps won that tournament, and he beat Herrera 4-0 in those semis. So this is the 3rd meeting this year between the two. Not much happening, just one kind of tie-up that resulted in a potentially dangerous situation a short time ago. This is the 3rd straight year that Seneca Valley has had a finalist. Lou Newell was a finalist each of the last 2 years. He'll be wrestling for 7th later on tonight. And these guys content to just kind of stay in that position for the final 5 seconds of the period, and we'll go scoreless into period number 2.
Top bottom, new toward the first.
Kyle, you mentioned
Red is going bottom.
record of Herrera. He has 8 losses so far in the season, but he really has matured as the season has gone along. He's wrestling extremely well.
Good position, bottom.
It is interesting, you know, on the opposite end of the spectrum, we talked about how Herrera has that really young look to him. And I remember last year, Jared Vercleren looked like a 34-year-old out there, just a grown man.
Yeah, and, very much so.
And there's a good look at Alejandro Herrera. Quickly to his feet, Phipps. Little mat return attempt there, and now they'll go out of bounds, no change. Phipps will go back down. Coaching staff shown there for Seneca Valley. Kevin Wildrick, the head coach. Brandon Miller, the head coach for Norwin, who has yet to crown a Pennsylvania state champion. Phipps would be the first. Leg thrown in there by Herrera. Now riding tough.
Well, Phipps had to know that cross-body ride was coming.
Phipps is kind of tying up that left arm of Herrera. He's now got a cradle locked up. Doesn't appear to be anywhere near turning Phipps at this point, especially with that leg in.
Yeah, he's got to get that leg out to get better leverage so that he can try to gain some near fall points against Phipps.
And a stalling warning is called on the bottom. The Norwin coaching staff is saying, what do you want him to do? He's in a cradle and a leg is thrown.
Well, yeah, honestly, I mean, what can he do?
And there's a stalemate call.
Yeah, Herrera locking up a cradle with a leg, and there's no way he's going to be able to turn him with that.
Yeah. So we're halfway through the second period, still no score. Phipps goes back underneath. The 4-1 winner in the semifinals this morning over Ben Mon of Cumberland Valley. Leg in again from Herrera. Now kind of working it into a bit of a crab ride. Comes back on top, gets his hips up high. And just the body language of Phipps underneath. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, how can I get out of this?
And out of that high figure four, Herrera throws a bar in on the right side. Phipps is able to kind of flex out of that. So down to 15 seconds. I think at this point, if you're Phipps, you're trying to get out of this period without giving up a stalling point. He's been warned once.
Yeah, Herrera keeping that leg figure forward there. Really not a lot that Phipps can do. Finally gets up to his base.
And that's it for period number 2. So choice goes to Herrera, and he will go underneath. So still no points in this 106-pound final. Herrera, a 4-1 win over Southeast Regional champion Kyle Waterman of Council Rock South in the semifinals this morning. Workmanlike effort for him. So now Phipps on top. He's going to throw a leg in on the left side. Kind of just jammed it in there. And Herrera just trying to not open up underneath to give Phipps anything to work with. Phipps getting a little bit high here. He's going to reach back under the arms.
He's got his feet locked together, so it's going to keep him in good position.
And a stalemate called there by Wade Williams. So back to the center. This is where you're the guy on bottom. You need to react to that whistle and get to your feet. Don't allow those legs to come in.
Yeah, in particular because Phipps, again, from the top position, so tough. Trying to get his leg in to get that ride established.
There's a caution on Phipps on top. You'll see on the bottom of your screen, Phipps has the red points on the score bug there. Herrera the green. Each guy has an ankle band on to identify red or green. So a minute 20 left in this scoreless 106-pound final. One guy trying to become his school's first ever state champion, the other trying to be the second ever in school history. Well, hazard tilt attempt here by Phipps, but Herrera didn't go. Now he settles back into a little bit of a cross-body ride with a minute to wrestle here in the third period. Now, the one thing that Phipps is kind of, I don't want to say handicapped by here, but with that stalling warning against him in the second period, he has to work on top.
He has to work. He's got 45 seconds. He's got to at least make it look good, like he's trying to turn Herrera.
And this is almost a similar position in which Phipps was called for stalling on the bottom.
Exactly.
But a stalemate call there. Herrera will go back down underneath. 35 seconds to go. Neither wrestler has come close to scoring points.
Nope,
Phipps
you can't do that, son.
didn't sniff an escape.
Once you're set, you must stay, son. Do not
And
kick that
Herrera
back leg out.
has yet to come close to an escape either. There's a caution on Herrera, so one each. And a clean restart here. Good quick whistle move by Herrera. Leg comes over. Phipps is trying to throw in a little mousetrap. Scoots his hips up. He's got a cradle locked up here with 20 seconds to go, but his hips are on the mat.
His hips are on the mat, and he's got his left leg stuck in underneath. Now he's in better position.
And almost close to getting back points there. 8 seconds to go. Can he scoop the leg and maybe get back points here? 3 seconds left. 2, 1, and Herrera is going to hang on, and we're going to go to overtime scoreless. Well, an exciting finish there. Both wrestlers in danger of giving up points, but nothing across. There's a look over the shoulder of the Seneca Valley coaching staff. First points win. We didn't have overtime in the AA championships. But our first bout here tonight in AAA, we'll see a 1-minute sudden victory period. And remember, Phipps has a stalling warning against him. Low single attempt there. Oh, go behind,
Nice.
Roll through, nothing yet. As Phipps is grabbed onto that ankle, holding on for dear life. Herrera comes up to one leg, is trying to cover. Phipps still has that ankle, no control awarded yet.
Phipps has got a death grip on that foot.
Yep, and there is a potentially dangerous.
Let go.
Could have been on either Phipps's knee or Herrera's ankle. 20 seconds left. Boy, Herrera was millimeters from getting control there before Phipps got a hold of his ankle.
We should remind everybody that all the start cautions carry over into this
Yep.
overtime period.
Yeah, one each. And if no points are scored in the next 8 seconds, we will have 2 30-second tiebreaker periods. Another shot attempt by Phipps. The time is going to run out, and this one's going to be settled on the mat.
30 seconds.
So they'll flip the disc, and
Red, top,
there will be
bottom.
2 30-second tiebreaker periods wrestled to their completion unless we have a
Red is
fall.
going bottom.
And the choice goes to Phipps. He chooses bottom.
Wrestle all 30, gentlemen. Wrestle all 30. Do not
And
stop
the referee
wrestling. You
explaining
understand?
wrestle the full
Good
30
position,
seconds here.
bottom.
If we're still tied after the 2 tiebreak periods, we will go to the ultimate tiebreak. As Herrera tries to go to work here on top. Phipps comes to his feet. Herrera, good spiral and claw though to bring him back down, and he looks comfortable here with about 15 seconds to go. Staying under the arm. Phipps trying to shake off Herrera. Herrera trying to maybe even expose Phipps back, but looks like it'll be a 30-second ride out there for Herrera.
Green.
I don't know if he got his nose busted up there during that scramble, but he's up a little slow.
I think
You
he
all
got kicked in the face.
Yeah, it'll be his choice,
You all right?
and he's got to pick
Green,
top or
your
bottom
choice. You
here,
need to make it.
and he is going to look over to the coaches.
Injury, green.
He's going to
injury.
call injury time. So they're going to think about, I thought he chose top at first.
Yeah, I
But
couldn't
then he
tell.
put the finger in motion. So injury time here for Alejandro Herrera, trying to become a freshman state champion. Got 90 seconds to get it back together.
0-0. There's no criteria.
And remember, this second tiebreak period is not a sudden victory situation. They'll wrestle the whole 30. So even if Herrera gets out, he has to make sure he doesn't get taken down by Phipps.
Cut.
So Herrera goes underneath.
Good position,
No
bottom.
takedowns in the first period. 2-minute ride out by Herrera in the second. 2-minute ride out by Phipps in the
Stay set,
third.
bottom.
30-second
Set.
ride out by
Hot.
Herrera in the first tiebreak. And here we are in the second tiebreak.
And a big first move here and start this tiebreak period.
Yep. The leg is thrown in. That'll be a potentially dangerous,
That's
as
coming in
Herrera
late.
had come
That's
to
the
his
only
feet.
one you're getting. That's coming in late.
Just 6 seconds gone by here in the tiebreak.
Set. Top.
Another clean restart. Herrera cleared the arm. Now the cross-body ride being thrown in a little loose, though, by Phipps.
Yeah, he's definitely
Herrera's
high.
about
Herrera's
to come
coming
out
out.
the back. Phipps is clamped on to that knee of Herrera. 8 seconds to go. Almost a defensive fall, perhaps. 3 seconds to go. Herrera trying to step over. Time is going to run out. And it is ultimate tiebreaker time. Now, it's interesting. Typically, the wrestler who gets choice is the one who scored the first points in the match. We haven't had points, so we're going to flip a disc. And the choice goes
Top. Bottom.
to Herrera, and he chooses top. So the situation is Phipps has to get out. He's got 30 seconds to get out. If he does, he wins. If Herrera keeps him on the mat for 30 seconds or scores back points or pins him,
30 seconds, you ride, you
he
win.
wins.
We understand. Hold on a second.
And it was a no-brainer to pick top based on the way this match has been.
These guys are tough in the top
Relax,
position,
gentlemen.
both of them.
Good.
Equally
Okay,
tough.
Start. Set red.
So here we go. Ultimate tiebreak for the state title at 106 pounds. Clean start. Phipps with a sit out, gets to his feet, goes to a shoulder roll, reaches back. Herrera with the claw and has a left leg in. 10 seconds gone. Tripod up here by Phipps. Crossbody ride thrown in by Herrera. 10 seconds to go.
He's just going to hang out there and ride out the last 5 seconds.
Alejandro Herrera, a state champion as a freshman for Seneca Valley. He will win it 1-0 in ultimate tiebreaker by riding out Curtis Phipps for the 30 seconds. The first loss of the season for the nationally ranked Phipps comes in the state final. And Herrera reverses the 1-0 loss he suffered last week at the hands of Phipps, winning 1-0 and getting a state title. Ride 'em Cowboy in the ultimate tiebreak, Jim.
Well, it doesn't get any closer than these two wrestlers. Evenly matched in every way. Herrera, a 9th grader, is our champion.
Second state champion in the history of Seneca Valley and the first since 1996. So on we go to 113 pounds. We'll go right into this matchup. Top-ranked wrestler in the state right there is Ryan Sullivan. He is a junior from Shaler area. 41-1 this season, 97-9 for his career. He was a state runner-up a year ago. His opponent is Killian Delaney, a sophomore from Westchester Henderson High School. He has a record of 41-5 this year, 80-16 overall in his career. So a couple of underclassmen going at it here at 113 pounds. Delaney was 3rd in the Southeast region last week. Wound up with a huge upset over Frankie Benura of Moon in the round of 16 on Thursday night, and has kind of ridden the coattails of that victory all the way to the finals here, where he has his hands full with Ryan Sullivan of Shaler area.
It's not uncommon in a tournament like this for a guy to just get hot.
Yeah.
And it's strictly an attitude thing, but wrestles better than he has all season long and make himself better than he usually is all the way into the finals.
And the bottom half of the bracket at 113 was kind of an underdog's haven, as Delaney, the 3rd place finisher in the region, as I mentioned last week, wound up wrestling another guy who took 3rd place in his region, Kyle Burkholder from Hempfield area, in the semifinals. In fact, Burkholder was all the way in the pigtail round on Thursday night, so he would have been the only finalist to emerge from the pigtails in either AA or AAA had it not been for Delaney's 5-1 win over him this morning. Ryan Sullivan getting to the finals by virtue of a 5-2 decision over Matt Maloney of Liberty.
Sullivan was our finalist last year, as you mentioned. Lost in the finals last year to Doug Zaff, 5-2.
We'll see Zapp in our next match at 120 pounds. Still haven't had a point scored in the AAA state championships yet.
Not an offensive point.
Yeah, technically a 1-0 win for Herrera. You get a point if you ride your opponent out, but that's added after the buzzer. 30 seconds to go here in the opening period. A lot of upper body ties between these two 113-pounders. And they'll go out of bounds. Sullivan coached by Drew D'Agostino, and Delaney's coach is Rob Bagley. 15 seconds to go. Some hand fighting between Delaney and Sullivan. Single leg attempt here by Sullivan. Delaney keeps the whizzer in. 2 points awarded. And a late takedown by Sullivan. That's a big one.
It is a big one. To get a takedown right at the end of the period, your opponent has no chance to bounce back, no chance for an escape. You take a 2-0 lead into the second period in the state finals.
And Delaney has a little cut on the bridge of his nose, so they're going to take care of that. Yeah, Sullivan.
Green, it's going to be your choice.
Was a
Going to be Green's
state
choice
finalist last
guys.
year, as we mentioned.
Green's choice.
And lost his app in the finals. He claims that really last year, the turning point in his career was the Allegheny County Wrestling Tournament. He finished 6th. He said he showed up cocky, thought he was just going to show up and win, and got thumped a couple of times, and really kind of rededicated himself after that. Got to the finals last year. He's back in the finals again this year. His only loss this season is to the number 17 ranked wrestler in the nation, Nick Bouzakis of the powerhouse program Lake Highland Prep in Florida. Should be mentioned, by the way, that Bouzakis is ranked number 17 in the country as an 8th grader.
Wow.
So we'll hear a little bit about him in the years to come. That loss was in the semifinals of the Powerade tournament. So Delaney underneath to start period number 2, trailing 2-0. Real tight spiral and half thrown by Sullivan. Robert Cole is the referee working this 113-pound bout out of Wilkes-Barre, District 2, his 34th year as an official.
You can see Sullivan just brutal with that half Nelson. He has a terrific near cradle as well.
Delaney to his feet, separates the hands, and is run out of bounds by Sullivan. So back to the middle, 1:20 to go. There's a look at Rob Bagley, the head coach on the left for Westchester Henderson out of District 1. They've had a really good season as a team, Henderson has. Caution here to Delaney on the bottom.
Set. Top man. Set.
And Delaney up to his feet, gets the escape, so it's 2-1 now. And back to the middle with 1:11 to wrestle. Shaler has had 3 state champions. Nick Nelson, the last one. That was in 2007. He was a 145-pound state champ. Prior to that, very famous name Troy Letters, who wound up being a national champion for Lehigh.
A little bit like Garrett Hoffman that we saw from Montoursville, winning his 3rd title in the AA championships. Troy Letters, when he won his 2nd title for Shaler, he was a college wrestler in a high school tournament.
Yeah.
Same idea.
So a little scramble here, sees the wrestlers inverted upon each other, and it will be stopped for a stalemate by Rob Cole. 35 seconds to go, period number 2. It was a late takedown in the first period by Sullivan that has spotted him a 2-1 lead. Delaney now trying to turn up the offense. Wrestlers exchanging shots, and they'll go toward the boundary. Final seconds of the period will tick off, and it will be Sullivan's choice with a 2-1 lead.
Green chooses down.
He chooses the bottom
Green chooses
position.
bottom. 3rd period, guys. 3rd period. Set. Top man.
Delaney on top.
Set.
Trying to go to work on offense for the first time in this match. He is a tough wrestler on top. Finished third at King of the Mountain this year at 120 pounds before he dropped down to 113 second half of the year.
Delaney with that crossbody right in. Saw him immediately try a power half briefly.
No stalling warnings against either wrestler, so Delaney's going to try to get some offense going or get a stalling call against Sullivan. That'll be a stalemate. There's only been one state champion in the history of Westchester Henderson, but he won 2, and that was Jermaine Jones, a 103-pounder back in 2000 and 2001, went on to wrestle at Ohio State.
Jermaine Jones, I remember vividly, he had a super tilt from the top position, and nobody could stop it.
And they named a move after him, call it a Jonesy, kind of like a shin whizzer that you turn into a tilt. Delaney's a little bit high here. One of the legs has come out. Sullivan is about to reverse him. Well, they awarded the reversal, and it is a 4-1 lead now for Sullivan. Final minute of the 113-pound championship here. Oh, real tight half Nelson, almost stacking him up.
Forcing that half Nelson.
Delaney trying to get to his feet, but yeah, that spiral ride from Sullivan just tough. Delaney up again to his feet.
Sullivan looks like he's getting high, but he's got that half Nelson in there so tight that Delaney just can't get out of it.
Yeah, you think of the half Nelson as a pinning combination, but really Sullivan using it as a ride, and it just makes things impossible. You can't lift your head up, you can't get separation, and you can't get out.
The king of that move was Gene Mills back in the day from Syracuse University.
Set. Top man. Set.
So final seconds here. Sullivan drops down to an ankle on Delaney. Delaney trying to come around front and do something spectacular. Stalling warning called, and correctly so, on Sullivan. Restart coming with 6 seconds to go.
Set. Pull that slot. Top man. Set.
Little step over attempt here by Delaney. He will get the reversal at the buzzer, but he'll come up 1 point short. And Ryan Sullivan is a state champion for Shaler Area High School.
Shake hands.
Finished second a year ago, and he's top dog in Pennsylvania this year at 113 pounds. So the move that wound up making the difference in this was the reversal that Sullivan had coming out of the high legs.
Yeah, here he comes out the back door to gain control and get his 2 points.
And Sullivan, with that back trip and the reversal, is a winner. Let's head over to the podium now to check out the top 8 in the state of Pennsylvania at 106 pounds.
In 6th place from Cumberland Valley, Ben Mon. In 5th place from Council Rock South, Kyle Waterman. In 4th place from Bethlehem Catholic, Matt Mayer. In 3rd place from Liberty, Paul Reese Fleming. Your runner-up from Norwin, Curtis Phipps. And this year's 106-pound champion from Seneca Valley, freshman Alejandro Herrera. Herrera wins 1-0 in ultimate tiebreaker. Congratulations, Alejandro Herrera, and all your 106-pound medalists.
There he is, Alejandro Herrera. Had an impressive youth wrestling resume, and here as a freshman is a state champion for Seneca Valley. Their second in school history. He looks up at the big board, sees his face up there, and lets out a smile. Congratulations to Herrera and the rest of the medal winners at 106 pounds. Time now for our third final here this evening, and it will be defending state champion Doug Zapp, a senior from Downingtown West High School, 47-4 this season, 156-28 in his career. His opponent is Logan Macri from Cannon-McMillan, the senior, 38-2 this season, 151-30 overall for his career. So off we go into 120. This was a loaded weight class here in Hershey. And you look at the 4 semifinalists between Zapp and Macri and their opponents, J.J. Wilson and Sean Pearson. Between those 4 wrestlers, there were over 500 career wins. Let me say that again. 500 career wins plus for the final 4 at 120 this year. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
And both of these guys over 150. Macri picked up his 150th win in the quarterfinals earlier in the tournament. He's a 3-time state qualifier, finished 5th in the state last year. Zapp is a defending champion, won at 106 pounds last year against the guy that just won the title at 113, Ryan Sullivan. So both these guys are goers. They will keep the foot to the floor throughout the match, so should be some fireworks between these two.
Zapp struggled in his semifinal match against J.J. Wilson from Cedar Cliff. Won the match only 1-0.
And got thrown to his back really late in the third period, but they were ruled out of bounds, which was a correct call. And then later on in the period, it was scoreless. There was a stalemate that was kind of questionable that gave him a free restart. And he was able to escape with 10 seconds left and played keep away and won at 1-0. There is some history between these two. They met in the semifinals of the Powerade tournament, and Macri won 3-2. Macri's only losses this year are to some pretty good wrestlers. Sean Pearson of Nazareth, who is wrestling for 3rd place right now, and Patrick Glory, who's the #1 wrestler in the country in the Escape the Rock finals. So Macri trying to double up here on Zapp. Zapp trying to put his head underneath the ankle of Macri. No control yet. Mark Dawson, the official out of District 4, Montoursville, in his 15th year as an official, and time runs out. So, and that's why it's so hard to take down Doug Zapp. He is a great scrambler and was able to somehow weasel his way out of giving up a takedown.
He is not afraid at all in that position. He immediately dove down and grabbed Macri's foot and ankle and just rolled with it.
Good start here.
Just as a means of defending himself.
Set. Cover.
Zapp, the only champion in the history of Downingtown West High School. Macri gets out in 3 seconds, so it's a 1-0 lead for the Cannon-McMillan senior, who will wrestle at Tennessee Chattanooga next year. Now, Downingtown West is the old Downingtown High School. They split into West and East back in the early 2000s. The old Downingtown had 2 state champs, 21 medalists. Zapp trying to push the pace offensively here. And now Macri with a shot toward the edge, and they'll go out.
Mechanic McMillan with a rich wrestling tradition. Back in 2011, 12, and 13, they had a 3-year run where they won the individual team title here at the PIAA Championships.
They've had 21 champions in school history. Brendan Furman, the last to accomplish that back in 2014. He was their heavyweight. 97 medalists coming into this state tournament. High crotch attempt there by Zapp. And Macri will back off. 1-0. Logan Macri leading Doug Zapp here in the 120-pound final. 55 seconds to go in the second period. Jeff Havelka is the head coach of Canna McMillan.
Logan Macri's brother Dalton was a champion at 126 pounds back in 2014. Now wrestles at Cornell University.
Zapp trying to work that underhook. They'll go out again.
Center.
And head back to the middle.
Let's go, guys. Offense out here.
Getting to the point where you feel like one takedown might be enough to win this one.
Well, they're so hard to score against.
Yep.
Each one is so good.
Oh, arm drag set up by Macri there. Gets in on a single, and he gets the takedown right on cue. So he is ahead now 3-0.
We're out.
And the good news for Macri is that takedown comes toward the end of the period, so a ride out here gets you that 3-0 lead going into the final.
Yeah, that 2 points, unanswered 2 points here in the second period is really big.
Good.
This is a big 7 seconds in this match. And a false start there on the bottom man, Doug Zapp.
Good start. Good. That's on you. Get set. Stay still. Good. Cover.
Zapp to his feet. 5 seconds. Trying to get out. And he'll be taken out of bounds with 1 second left. So good top wrestling by Macri.
Good. On.
And that'll do it for the second period. So Zapp's choice, trailing 3-0, will choose bottom.
Third period. We got 3-0.
And you can see right there in the background, Jeff Havelka off of his chair just pointed at Macri and said, "You got 2 minutes." And then kind of tapped his chest as if to say, "You got heart, let's do it." Caution here to Macri on top, so 1 to each wrestler.
Don't twist yet, don't twist on the, okay, be right behind. Good start now, good, on top.
Zapp to his feet. Macri had to separate his hands as they came back down. And they'll go out. Just 12 seconds gone by.
Set. On top.
So the formula for Zapp here is to get an escape and a takedown to try to tie this thing up. Easier said than done, though, against Logan Macri.
He needs to get to his feet and stay in the middle of the mat. Macri's going to push him out every chance he can get.
Zapp trying to stay on his feet and fight here. And if Macri doesn't work up, this could be stalling. All right, Zapp is able to turn and face, so it's 3-1. And there's a minute 15 to go here in the match.
No stalling? No
Nothing
stalling.
yet. Zapp with a couple of shot attempts here on the edge. He'll go out. And Macri knowing he can eat 1 or 2 stall calls here and be okay. He's trying to tie up Zapp. There's a stalling warning on Macri. Comes with 40 seconds to go in the bout.
Plenty of time for another one.
Probably not 2 more, so Zapp is going to need a takedown.
Center, guys, we got stall on red.
Zapp has a little Russian 2-on-1 tie here. They separate. 30 seconds to go. Macri looking to knock off a defending state champion in Doug Zapp in what is the final match of the high school careers of both of these wrestlers, who have combined for 307 wins. Underhook for Zapp. And Macri backs off the mat, stalling and a point. So now a takedown would win it. 7 seconds to go. Zapp snapping down, trying desperately for a takedown, but Macri has locked the doors, and it is over. 3-2. Logan Macri, a state champion for Cannon McMillan, upending defending state champion Doug Zapp in the finals of an incredibly difficult weight class.
Nice match.
Logan Macri, the 22nd state champion in the history of Cannon McMillan. Yeah, we said it would probably take one takedown, Jim, and that's all Macri needed. And it came at the right place and the right time, right at the end of the second period.
Well,
and here it is.
These two are so well matched with each other that just one takedown is all the difference in the world in this championship final.
That's the winning takedown. We take you to the medal stand for the medalists at 113 pounds.
In sixth place from Nazareth, Andrew Smith. Fifth place, Matthew Maloney of Liberty. In fourth place from Northeastern, Cole Wilson. In third place from Hempfield area, Kyle Burkholder. In second place from Westchester Henderson, Killian Delaney. And introducing your 2018 PIAA AAA champion at 113 pounds from Shaler Area High School, a winner by decision 4-3, Ryan Sullivan.
So there is Ryan Sullivan, second place a year ago. Well, that's not Ryan Sullivan, that was Killian Delaney. But there's Ryan Sullivan, gold medalist. He was second place a year ago. He will hop on top of the podium. Congratulations to Ryan Sullivan and the rest of the medalists at 113 pounds. Ear-to-ear grin for the state champion from Shaler Area High School. On we go now to the 126-pound final, where we have another defending state champ. He's on the left of your screen, Sam Hillegas from North Hills. Number 11 in the country, the sophomore is 31-1, 74-1 for his career. His opponent is Chris Wright, 48-1, the senior from Central Dauphin, with a 177-25 record for his career. Hillegas will step in from the right side of your screen, going against Wright in the white and green singlet. Hillegas, the only champion in the history of North Hills High School, and he did it with an undefeated freshman campaign last year. His only loss of the season and his career was to Bo Bartlett of Wyoming Seminary in the semifinals of the Powerade tournament, and he's going to yield a takedown here to Chris Wright with a beautiful, beautiful high crotch shot.
That was a great shot by Wright with incredible speed. Hillegas had no defense for it.
And now Hillegas trying to come out the back here.
Now Wright's just going to hang on to that arm and the leg and hope for the best.
And now it's Hillegas coming out for the reversal. Mark Cesare is the official. He's in his 23rd year as a PIAA official out of Pottsville, District 11. He is the principal at Blue Mountain Elementary School East. Former state champion, too, I believe, in the state of Pennsylvania.
Susari family is very well known.
Yeah. So far this postseason, we mentioned this at the top of the show, Sam Hillegas is 10 for 10. In other words, 10 opponents, 10 falls in the postseason.
In this tournament to make it into the finals, he pinned 3 wrestlers, all in the first period.
I have blood green. Blood green.
And you hear and see blood on the part of Chris Wright. So he will go to his corner and get attended to. Folks, you can watch the PIAA Championships anytime, anywhere with the PCN Select app. Fans can stream our PIAA individual wrestling championship coverage live and on demand in HD on your favorite mobile device, Amazon Fire TV and Roku using PCN Select. Subscribe to PCN Select at PCNTV.com. We've been following along with that hashtag on social media, PIAA on PCN. Somebody tweeting out, Alejandro Herrera is the man.
Good. All right, thank you.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, no argument here.
Gentlemen, we're going to be motionless. Wait for the whistle. Okay, you're set. Cover, Ed. Good.
So getting on top here off the restart is Hillegas. They've patched up the blood from Chris Wright. Wright was hoping to be one of 2 finalists for Central Dauphin along with Andrew Wirt, but Wirt was upset in the semis and didn't make it to the finals tonight. Those 2 drilling partners throughout their career under head coach Jeff Swigert, a program that has produced 10 state champions, the last of whom was Garrett Peppelman in 2014 at 160 pounds. Here's Jeff Swigert, closest to you.
Jeff Swigert has been voted PIAA Coach of the Year 3 times in his career.
Jose Martinez is the head coach for North Hills. Hillegas underneath to start period number 2. Gets to his feet. Wright is able to return him to the mat. And Hillegas underneath here.
Well, like so many Central Dauphin wrestlers, Chris Wright has a super tilt from the top position. It'd be interesting to see whether Hillegas can get away from that.
Yeah, Wright has only lost 1 match this season, and it was in the finals of the Beast of the East to Patrick Glory of Delbarton, New Jersey, who's one of the top wrestlers in the country and ranked number 1 at his weight class. Oh, wow, a little hip toss from the bottom position by Hillegas. I don't know that I've ever seen a move like that. And he gets the reversal and has a 4-2 lead. I was just about to say how comfortable Wright looked on top, but
he was not expecting that, I'm sure.
You heard the Giant Center crowd oohing and eyeing with that move from Hillegas.
Wright's got that leg figure forward. Not an awful, or excuse me, Hillegas has Wright's leg figure forward. Not an awful lot that Wright can do to get out from underneath.
40 seconds to go here in the second period. Stalemate is called. And they'll go back to the center.
Okay, Green, you're set. Cover, Red.
Hillegas on top, off the restart, tries to throw a leg in on the right side. Wright was able to catch it, but it turns into almost like a body scissor at this point. All of Hillegas's weight right on the low back of Wright.
With a little bit of an elbow in the back of your head, Mr. Wright. How about that?
Little how do you do? Wright hit with an early takedown in the first period, but has since yielded 2 reversals to Hillegas. And it's a 4-2 lead going into the 3rd period for the defending state champion.
Tie. Okay, last period, I have green. Your choice?
Well, Hillegas has,
Green flag,
as we
neutral.
mentioned, just annihilated everyone that he
All right,
has
here we go, gentlemen.
wrestled
Last
in the
period.
postseason, but he's in a dogfight now with Chris Wright, who chooses neutral to start period number 3, needing a takedown to tie.
We talked about it in the AA championships. That's the right move, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You had Hillegas basically ride right out after that reversal. No chance of getting out at all. This is the best opportunity that Wright has to score points against Hillegas.
Well, he goes back to that high crotch shot that got him a takedown earlier in this match, but was out of bounds when he stepped into it. Underhook here by Hillegas and by Wright. And a stalemate is called. Hillegas missed a little bit of the first part of the season prior to the Christmas tournaments as he was getting a cauliflower ear repaired, not replaced. And he's on his rear end here, but is able to scramble out and not give up the takedown. Boy, Wright, I think, senses that he can take down Hillegas here.
Well, he's got to have confidence after that takedown initially in the first period. He's showing it here, but boy, he's got to be frustrated with Hillegas.
You know, I'm thinking back to last year's 126-pound final, which was a fun one.
Yes.
Between Austin DeSanto and Spencer Lee. And here's a stalling call against Hillegas. And he backed all the way to the edge and then goes in with a high crotch of his own. He's got Wright on his rear end, but Wright has that crotch lock. He's really, no, then they're out of bounds. But what my thought process was is you had an underdog that needed a takedown late in the match and was able to get it. Hillegas again playing defense, right in on the shot. 25 seconds to go. Hillegas throws himself kind of inverted on the back of Wright. Close to a head scissor, but not. Wright trying to come out the back. Under 10 seconds to go. And it is stopped for a stalemate with 5 seconds. So right off the whistle here, Wright is going to have to try to get in for an equalizing takedown. Hillegas runs away. High crotch shot over the 2 legs there, but Hillegas is able to throw himself over Wright and escape with his 2nd state title in as many years. Boy, great match between these 2 guys. And you hear Hillegas saying, great match, bud.
We're gonna go this way.
Sam Hillegas, a 2-time state champion for North Hills, getting out by the skin of his teeth. And here's that hip toss that winds up being the decisive points in the match with the reversal.
That's a great move by Hillegas, and Chris Wright did not see that coming at all.
So there's Sam Hillegas, the only state champion in North Hills history. And he's a 2-time champion for the Indians. Off we go to the medal stand and the award winners at 120 pounds.
In 6th place, Cameron Enriquez from Stroudsburg. In 5th place, Wyatt Henson, Waynesburg.
Let me check in my shirt first.
In 4th place, from Cedar Cliff, J.J. Wilson. Placing third, Sean Pearson from Nazareth.
I'll give you a hard 7.
2018 runner-up, Doug Zamp from Downingtown West. And our champion from Cannon McMillan, Logan Macri, a 3-2 winner. Congratulations, Logan Macri, and all of our 2018 120-pound medalists.
There's Logan Macri, who is a state champion for Cannon McMillan. The first 4 champions tonight in the first 4 weight classes, all from the WPIAL District 7. So the balance of power in the state clearly shifting, or has shifted west, and is remaining there throughout this state championship, as we see yet another WPIAL wrestler on the right side of your screen, Colton Camacho from Franklin Regional. He's a junior, a 40-2 record, 102-17 for his career. His opponent is Jeffrey Boyd, a junior from Erie McDowell, 35-2 record this year, 70-19 for his career. So it has been a District 7 showcase so far here at the Giant Center. Colton Camacho trying to continue that run of gold for District 7. His head coach, Matt Lieb, says he has shown me that he wants to be great. Well, a lot of greatness has come through the Franklin Regional program, including a couple of 3-time champions in Spencer Lee and Nico Megaludis. Jeffrey Boyd, a 3-time state qualifier, trying to derail what would be another state championship for Franklin Regional. They have 11. Camacho kind of controlling the pace right now in this bout. Scott Dorn is the official from Audubon out of District 1, a retired managing director at GE. He is in his 35th year as an official.
Looking back on it, you have to figure that Camacho was a workout partner every day in practice with Spencer Lee.
Yep.
And that's probably one of the reasons why he's in the finals.
What do they say? Iron sharpens iron, right?
Exactly. It's interesting as you look across these teams, there's clusters of wrestlers in successive weights typically that qualify for the state tournament and do well. And the reason is because they wrestle each other every day. They make each other better.
Yeah, it is interesting to see that. I know you mentioned Central Dauphin between Wright and Wirt, both kind of clustered at the same weight in that area. They're workout partners, and Wirt wound up losing to Boyd 2-1 in the semifinals this morning. Camacho had a hard-fought 8-4 victory over Tyler Williams of Souderton, who is currently wrestling for 5th place.
Boyd won that semifinal match we talked about, 2-1 with a takedown with 12 seconds left that went unanswered, and that was the difference in the match against Wirt from Central Dauphin.
So a scoreless first period here at 132 pounds. Camacho going to go down underneath.
Green, stay. Get on.
And Camacho has kind of built up his confidence throughout this season. 3rd at the Powerade. He has 2 losses this season. One to Lucas Ravano of Camden Catholic in the quarterfinals of the Powerade tournament, but he came back and beat Ravano for 3rd place the very next day. And his only other loss is to a guy named Gavin Teasdale from Jefferson Morgan.
No shame in that.
No. Just became the 13th four-time state champion in the history of Pennsylvania with his 2-0 win earlier this afternoon. There is a stalling warning called against Boyd right before Camacho is able to get out. So that's the last thing you want to do as a wrestler, is give up both the stalling call and the escape.
Head coach at Franklin Regional, Matt Levy, was a PIAA champion himself back in 2001 for Jeanette High School. Went on to wrestle at West Virginia University, where he was an All-American.
Oh, what a nice job by Camacho there. He got the single leg all the way on the edge of the mat. Matt Levy happy with that.
Get set, Red.
Gets the single on the edge of the mat, drags him all the way back to the center, and then cuts it to the double to get a 3-0 lead. Textbook stuff there from Camacho.
No, top. Top, I'm going to say set, okay?
He'll
You
get
gotta
hit for a
pause,
caution
okay?
for a false
Red
start
down.
on top.
Stay, Red. Get on green.
There's a quote from Camacho after a tournament. I think it might have been the sectional or district tournament that he was in, where he was wrestling an opponent. And I don't know if the opponent was kind of talking smack on him or whatnot throughout the week leading up to it, but he said, I wanted to go out there and show him what it feels like to wrestle a national caliber wrestler.
And he would know.
Yeah, so take that.
Every day, world caliber.
Mm-hmm. So Camacho trying to establish himself as a guy of national caliber. Hanging on top here with 20 seconds to go. Boyd trying to get the reversal in the closing seconds of the period, but Camacho still in control, and there's locking hands being called by the official, and an escape.
And an escape.
So that was a great call right there by the official's assistant, Ken Haggerty. For whatever reason, the clock stopped, but what we had there was Camacho was in control and around front, but Boyd put his hands on the mat, which means that he's on the mat, and he locked around the front over the waist, and that's a locking hands call. And then Boyd was able to get to his feet and get the escape.
Well, Camacho was in danger of getting reversed. He did the right thing, giving Boyd one, but locked his hands in the process, so he really just handed him 2 points. And
so,
again, these 2 points at the end of the period go unanswered by Camacho.
Yeah, so that will be a big couple of seconds there. And Camacho, after Boyd chooses the bottom position, is going to give him the free release to start period number 3. So we're tied at 3. Went from 3-0 to 3-3 in about 6 seconds there. And now Boyd is in on a shot.
He's in nicely. He's just got to capture that far foot.
Camacho trying to stay away, goes to a forward roll, but rolls right into the arms of Boyd, and the junior from McDowell has a 5-3 lead.
Now there's plenty of time for scoring opportunities here. There's a minute and a half left.
Boyd trying to become the second wrestler in McDowell history to win a state title. Steve Spearman, the only champion in McDowell history. He won 2 titles in 2010 and 2012.
Get in. Set.
Camacho to his feet. Gets the escape, down by a point. 1:20 to wrestle in the third period. No stalling warnings. Check that. There was a stalling warning against Boyd back in the second period. So he does have to keep that in mind while protecting this 1-point lead. Camacho with a little shrug attempt there. And they go out. 55 seconds to wrestle.
Work in the center, gentlemen.
Quick shot off the whistle here by Boyd.
Boyd with that low shot comes up quickly with Camacho up in the air.
Stalemate called.
Let's go back in.
40 seconds left in this match. A 5-4 lead from Boyd. Camacho trying to turn up the pressure here. If he can't get a takedown, try to get at least a stalling point against Boyd to force overtime. Shot attempt by Boyd. Camacho with a reshot, down to 15 seconds to wrestle.
Boyd so far doing a good job not backing up at all.
High crotch shot here by Camacho. Boyd goes to the splits. 5 seconds left. Camacho tries to hip over. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that's it. Jeff Boyd has beaten Colton Camacho 5-4. And he is a state champion for Erie McDowell.
Take your bands off. Good scrap, fellas. Come this way.
Boy, things look dire for Jeffrey Boyd midway through the second period, down 3-0, and then he turned a locked hands call, an escape, and then a takedown of his own in the third period into the 5-4 victory. As you look at this decisive takedown.
Well, there's that nice takedown.
Camacho tried to go to that somersault to get out of the way, but wound up giving up the takedown. So back to the award stand we go, and the medal winners at 126.
In sixth place from Greater Latrobe, Gabe Willishell. In fifth place from Hopewell, Jacob Ely. In fourth place from Bethlehem Catholic, Kenny Herman. Third place, Dalton Rohrball of Spring Grove. In second place from Central Dauphin, Chris Wright. And introducing your 2018 PIAA AAA champion at 126 pounds. He's from North Hills High School. He wins by decision 4-2, Sam Hilligus.
So Sam Hilligus, the state champ for the second year in a row. He's halfway to becoming a four-time champion in the state of Pennsylvania. This one was a difficult one, though, a very hard-fought 4-2 win over Chris Wright of Central Dauphin. And Hilligus atop the podium again, this time at 126 pounds. North Hills only state champion, and he has now done it twice. Congratulations to Sam Hilligus and the rest of the award winners at 126 pounds. Time to move on to 138 pounds, and Seth Colino, undefeated, 37-0. 132-19 in the senior's career from Bald Eagle area. His opponent is Ryan Anderson, a junior from Bethlehem Catholic, 29-3 this year, 76-6 overall for his career. So here we go at 138. This is the first final that does not feature someone from District 7. Colino, Bald Eagle area out of District 6. Bethlehem Catholics, Ryan Anderson, District 11. Both of these guys medalists a year ago. Anderson was a third-place winner, and he has himself a takedown going out of bounds. 2-0 lead for the Golden Hawk of Bethlehem Catholic. Colino was 5th last year, 7th in 2016. And they'll go out of bounds again.
It's interesting watching Ryan Anderson wrestle. He looks like he really enjoys this. I mean, thoroughly enjoys it. He's got a smile on his face. He's always excited. So many of these wrestlers are so stone-faced and trying to psych themselves up. But he looks like he's just having a good time and just happy to be here.
Well, they were handing out the medals at 126. Anderson, who goes to a little step through here but doesn't get any back points. He was in the center circle of the mat just dancing around. Like he had his own dance party.
Yeah.
There was no music playing, but he has a good time. He enjoys it. You're absolutely right about that. So Anderson is ranked number 3 in the country at this weight class. He has 3 losses this year, and they're to the number 3 wrestler at 132, Real Woods of Montaigne, Illinois. The number 1 wrestler in the nation at this weight, Quinn Kinner, at the Escape the Rock finals, which was a match that we covered on PCN, and he gave up an escape in the ultimate ride out with 1 second left. And then he lost to Carson Manville in a duel. Manville's ranked number 2. He's from Wyoming Seminary. 2-0 lead here for Anderson over Seth Colino, the senior from Bald Eagle area, coached by Ron Guineau. Guineau could not say enough about Colino's competitive spirit. Is Anderson working for the tilt here on Colino. But the story that Coach Guineau said was he's so competitive that I guess his neighborhood had a Christmas light contest. And his family didn't win, and he was upset about it for days.
Yeah. Got that Christmas spirit.
He just wants to win badly, whatever it is. Under 3 seconds to go, and that'll be it.
Go ahead, Coach Ron Guineau knows all about the PIAA wrestling for Bald Eagle area. He graduated from there back in 1992 and finished second in this tournament his senior year.
Red choosing neutral.
Bald Eagle has produced 10 champions. Last of whom was Jacob Taylor in 2013 at 182 pounds. Bethlehem Catholic, 25 champions. The last one came last year, Mike Labriola at 170 pounds.
Now wrestling at Nebraska.
Oh, what a nice fireman's carry by Anderson. And he's going to get 2 and 2. So it is now 6-0. Anderson with lightning quick. And now they'll go out of bounds. Now the scoreboard says 4-1, but I thought I saw a 2 and 2. Did you, Jim?
That's what I thought.
And yeah, they're correcting that right now, so it is 6-1. After the escape was given on the edge there to Colino. Up to the minute team scores, by the way, as Anderson goes back to the fireman's carry and has Colino in trouble. A minute to go here.
A full minute to work with here, and he's in very good position for a fall.
He's going to come up to the top now. Now get around back. Good fight by Colino there. Yields a 5-point move, but stays alive as it's now 11-1.
You're still in control.
Bethlehem Catholic head coach Jeff Karam was an Easton High School Northeastern champion. Wrestled at Lock Haven University, where he's a 2-time NCAA qualifier.
11-1. Yep, he gave him up. Gave him new 1 neutral.
So it should be 11-2. They have 8-0 on the scoreboard. As they came back to the center, Anderson gave a free release to Colino.
All right, so it's 11-2.
Now it's 6-1 on the scoreboard. We're figuring it out. We've got it right.
talk
Anyway,
about.
we'll talk team score. I was going to update that before Anderson threw Colino to his back. Nazareth is
They
at
got
the
it,
top
Coach.
right now with
Dude.
79 points. And they have a finalist coming
Hey,
up
give
in
him one
Sammy
push,
Sasso.
Neutral, 11-2.
Next weight class.
We're good.
Cathedral Prep
Good.
has 2 finalists, and they're in second place, 12 points behind. So they're going to need to win both of them and maybe have Sasso lose in the upset of the century. The score is correct now. 11-2, we're back underway. Another kind of fireman's carry type takedown from Anderson. Trying to work Colino over. Colino trying to hip up, maybe get a takedown of his own, but Anderson just too much of a scrambler, gets the takedown.
He
It's
had that leg.
13-2.
He had that leg so tight, there was no way that Colino was going to get out of that.
And a quick stalling call on Colino on the bottom. And Anderson has turned a 2-0 match into a 13-2 match with a blitzkrieg here in the second period with a couple of feet-to-back moves, and has Colino in a big hole going into the third period.
Green, Susan bottom. Waiting for the clock, guys. Hang on. There we go.
Well, the wrestlers
Say
from
we're ready.
Bethlehem
He's giving you
Catholic
neutral, Green. He's giving you
have
neutral.
done
One
so well at the college level. Wrestlers like Darian Cruz, who was a PIAA champion and went on to win a national title for Lehigh last year.
Yep, and he's the top seed at 125 again in the NCAAs, which will be starting up next Thursday night. Anderson with the takedown, 15-3. He will cut Colino, who will wrestle next year for Clarion. 4th all-time on the wins list at Bald Eagle. And Anderson with the counter here throws Colino to his back for 5 more points. And that is a technical fall, 20-4. Ryan Anderson gets his gold medal, a state champion for Bethlehem Catholic.
Let me present both sides. Good job, son.
That was an impressive, to say the least, win for Anderson. Here's a look at the final move.
Well, Colino just could not stop that fireman's carry. And Ryan Anderson pretty much had his way in the finals.
So Anderson picking up a state title, 26th all time for Bethlehem Catholic. Coach Jeff Caron with his arm around him as they exit stage left with a championship for the Golden Hawks. It's District 11's first title here this evening. And I know we mentioned at the top it was a difficult tournament for Bethlehem Catholic, but they do get their champion. Got a couple of 4th places too, and they're in the 3rd position right now in the team score. Here are the results from our first 3 weight classes tonight. Alejandro Herrera with a 1-0 win, an ultimate tiebreak by virtue of riding out Curtis Phipps. He is a freshman state champion. Ryan Sullivan beats Killian Delaney of Westchester Henderson to become a state champion for Shaler area 4-3. And then Logan Macri knocking off defending state champion Doug Zapf in the finals 3-2. Next couple weight classes, Sam Hilligus makes it 2 for 2. The sophomore is a 2-time state champion, 4-2 winner over Chris Wright. Jeff Boyd with a come-from-behind victory over Colton Camacho at 132 pounds, was losing 3-0 with 5 seconds to go in the second period before getting a penalty point and an escape, along with a takedown of his own in the third period. And then the match we just saw, Ryan Anderson, 20-4 technical fall win over Seth Colino of Bald Eagle area. So Anderson, a state champion after a 3rd place finish a year ago. He's only a junior, so he'll have a chance to come back and defend that title.
Well, he made it look easy, but let's not forget that Seth Colino had no losses coming into that final against Ryan Anderson from Bethlehem Catholic.
Waiting on the third place match to finish there in the 30-second tiebreakers. And that'll give us a chance to tell you to not miss the top high school basketball players as they battle for gold during PCN's live coverage of the PIAA Boys and Girls Basketball Championships, March 22nd through the 24th. Fans can watch our championship coverage live on cable and stream live and on demand in HD on your favorite mobile device, Amazon Fire TV and Roku, using PCN Select. Subscribe to PCN Select at PCNTV.com. Remember, you can tweet at us as well with that hashtag PIAA on PCN. Got one from Andy Weaver from Nazareth, who is Nazareth's #1 fan. He's got a birthday coming up tomorrow, and he wants to watch Sammy Sasso win a state championship for his birthday present. That'll be coming up soon. And the ovation you're hearing, by the way, I think it's certainly worth sharing that the wrestler who just competed for third place there at 138 pounds and wound up losing and taking fourth place is a young man who had a portion of his arm amputated, so he doesn't even have two hands, and he got all the way to the third place match at the state of Pennsylvania. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, very impressive. And many years ago, back in, I think it was 1975, Dennis Merriam from District 1 won state title. He had a similar withered arm kind of thing, and it didn't slow him down one bit. Fight from Northern York was at the top of his game, made it into the semifinals, ended up fourth in the tournament. He's got a lot to be proud of.
Yep. Guys with a lot to be proud of here, getting on the medal stand now at 132 pounds.
In fifth place from Penn Trafford, Nick Coy. In fourth place, Andrew Wirt, Central Dauphin. In third place, Devin Britton, Northampton. Your runner-up from Franklin Regional, Colton Camacho. And this year's state champ at 132 pounds, Jeffrey Boyd from McDowell, a 5'4" winner. Congratulations, Jeffrey Boyd, and all of your 132-pound AAA medalists.
So there he is, McDowell's second individual to win a state championship. Jeffrey Boyd, a 5'4" winner over Colton Camacho. And the rest of the medalists here at 132 pounds in the Class 3A individual finals. Time now to see the #1 wrestler in the country at 145 pounds, and that is Nazareth's Sammy Sasso. Sasso, a senior, ranked #1 in the country, 46-1 this season, 179-11 overall for his career. He will be wrestling Colby Ho, a senior from Du Bois, a 35-4 record this season, 120-28 for his career. Well, it has been business as usual for Sammy Sasso. 2 major decisions and a technical fall to get him here to the state finals, looking to defend his title from a year ago.
Sasso has outscored his opponents 46-7 so far in these first 3 matches to make it into the final.
He's a District 11 and a regional champion. They'll go out of bounds here. He was a PIAA finalist as a freshman. And in that final, he was pinned by Spencer Lee. A quick 2 and a 1 escape given there, so Sasso with the lead. Now Ho trying to go behind. They'll go out of bounds. As a sophomore, he finished in 3rd place. His loss was to Luke Pletcher, Greater Latrobe, who wound up winning it that year. And then last year, 2 pins, a tech fall, and a major decision in the finals for his state championship. And there's another takedown for Sasso. He was the 23rd state champion for Nazareth in their storied history. And entering this tournament, they have had 97 state medalists. 4-1 the lead for Sasso with 41 seconds to go.
Dave Kroll, head coach at Nazareth, twice has been recognized as the National Coach of the Year. Inducted in the PIAA Hall of Fame back in 2006. He's the only coach in the history of this tournament to coach PIAA championships, PIAA champions in 3 different schools: Easton, Wilson, and Nazareth.
Red, you're down.
Yeah, he has done great work. There he is, closest to you there. And he is perhaps a few minutes away from locking up a team title for Nazareth. It was, I don't want to say a disappointing team duel tournament for Nazareth, but they just were not in contention for the team title in dual meet competition. But here, getting 1 finalist and a couple other medalists. What has been a relatively down year for District 11 here at the state tournament. Nazareth is poised to take the team title.
Green bottom.
Coach Kroll has his wrestlers so well prepared, and he gets the most of them, most out of them when they come to a tournament like this.
Sasso chose bottom, gets the escape, has a 5-1 lead. Colby Ho from Du Bois, District 9. He'll be wrestling at George Mason University next year. Coached by Luke Bundy. Sasso locking up a cradle. We'll let that go and come around back for the 2-point takedown. 7-1, Sasso starting to spread the lead here. Sean Carney is the official for this match out of Beaver Falls, District 7, a sales engineer in his 36th year as a PIAA official.
Come on now.
Colby Ho was down at 132 pounds last year. Lost to eventual champion Zach Trampe from Council Rock South in the quarterfinal round.
Sasso trying to go to work here on top. Ho not giving him much to work with. This is our first look at a 2-piece uniform here in the AAA finals. Had a few in the AA. Legal this year. You can wear that compression shirt. Ho is wearing compression shorts, not the baggy shorts. Do you like that any better than the baggy shorts?
The compression shorts are okay. The baggy shorts I got a problem with.
Yeah.
I think it would just be easy to catch a wrist or your hand or get twisted, and it's just an injury waiting to happen, in my opinion.
So I always thought it's almost a disadvantage for the opponent because you're not allowed to grab a singlet, and pull an opponent with that. I just felt that, or feel that, sometimes if you're like on a single leg and you're trying to work up, you'd be tempted to grab a baggy.
More likely to grab
shorts,
it, yeah, sure, and it's a penalty if you do it.
But no issues with that here with Colby Ho. His issue is he's wrestling Sammy Sasso, who's number 1 in the country. He's got a 7-1 lead, now 7-2 as he grants Ho the escape. 24 seconds to go.
Sasso won his championship final last year against Dan Moran from Northampton, 8-0.
That was another one of those. They wrestled every Saturday for a couple of weeks as Sasso locks up a cradle and then just goes out of bounds with it. Now leads it 9-2. Only loss this season for Sasso was to David Carr, who is number 1 in the country, up at 152 from Massillon Perry High School in Ohio. That was in the finals of the Beast of the East.
Cover green.
And Carr will be wrestling at Iowa State in the future. Sasso choosing Ohio State. Time runs out in the second period. It will be Colby Ho's choice. He looks over to Luke Bundy. And he will choose neutral.
Right here.
I'm not sure there is a right choice against Sammy Sasso.
No. Low single attempt here by Ho, putting Sasso in a bit of a scramble position. It's called for potentially dangerous as Sasso's knee got into a awkward position there. Another ankle pick attempt here by Ho. Sasso trying to step over. He's got 2.
He's got 2, and he's got that leg turked up. He's going to get some back points here.
Getting the full complement.
Now he's going to slide himself over a little bit, get in better position for a fall. He's got more than a minute to work with.
Yeah, plenty of time here if Sasso wants to finish it off. Ho is able to belly down, though.
Same combination. Same combination. You got that hip lock. Same combination.
The back points haven't been awarded yet, as the official saying that leg is still turked. So this is still the same set of back points that is yet to be awarded. Sasso's
he's in
turning
good position
again.
now.
Yep, getting his weight on top of him. And there's the fall. It comes at a time of 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Sammy Sasso, a 2-time state champion, this time doing it in wonderful fashion with the fall in 5:22. Our first pin this evening in the finals. The number 1 wrestler in the country, number 1 in the state of Pennsylvania, with a workman-like victory over Colby Ho. And here's a look at how it all ended.
Well, what makes this work is him elevating that leg with his left leg, gives him better leverage, and there's the fall.
Off to the award stand now, and the medal winners at 145 pounds.
Sixth place from Nazareth, Nathan Stefanik. In fifth place from Council Rock North, Cameron Robinson. In fourth place from Northern, Paul Fight. In third place from Kiski, Noah Levitt. In second place from Bald Eagle area, Seth Colino. And introducing your 2018 PIAA AAA champion at 138 pounds from Bethlehem Catholic, Ryan Anderson. A winner by Tech Fall in 4:34. The score was 20-4. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018
as he
AAA
goes to the top of the podium. Congratulations to Ryan Anderson, his first state title and second medal won in his career here at Hershey.
See, I knew we'd get a smile out of him.
Yeah, he likes having fun, and nothing more fun than winning a state championship, as he's at the top of the podium at 138 pounds. Well, let's move on to the 152-pound final now. The matchup here, Gage McClenahan, a sophomore from Bald Eagle area, 35-4 this season, 68-11 in his career. His opponent is William Evanitsky, a senior from Scranton, 44-1 with a 147-24 record in his career. Both of these guys state medalists last year. McClenahan was 7th as a freshman. Evanitsky was 5th as a junior. McClenahan top ranked in the state. He's going to really try to push the pace here against Evanitsky. And Evanitsky pushes right back. Evanitsky became Scranton's 4th ever medalist. They have yet to have a champion, though. So he's going double underhooks on McClenahan. Now trying a near ankle pick, spinning around. McClenahan trying to stay on his feet, fighting off the takedown attempt. But now Evanitsky will back him toward the center of the mat. And there is a takedown right on the edge. So 2 points for Evanitsky, and he's got the lead. Brandon Boberchuk is the official at District 5, Somerset. 18th year of officiating. He is a quality control technician.
Evanitsky did a nice job staying with that move, finally converting it to control and a 2-point takedown.
And they're out of bounds right in front of us. McClenahan, the second finalist this evening for Bald Eagle area. 0 for 1 so far as Seth Colino fell to Ryan Anderson. A good job here by Evanitsky staying on top as they went toward the edge of the mat. Good awareness.
I think of Bald Eagle area, I think of Quentin Wright back in 2007, 2008, a 2-time champion, PIAA champion, and went on to be 4-time All-American at Penn State, 2-time NCAA champion himself.
He was really good.
3-time finalist, 2-time champion.
Yep.
Division I NCAA for Penn State.
Evanitsky riding real tough on top. I don't want to say he got away with one in the semifinals this morning. Don't want to take anything away from him, but he did something where he won a match in a way I've never seen a match won before, with his victory over Clayton Ulrey of Lower Dauphin. It went into the 30-second tiebreakers, and Evanitsky chose bottom in the first 30-second tiebreaker and got ridden out. And at the start of the second tiebreaker period with Ulrey underneath, on the first whistle to start that tiebreaker, Ulrey was called for his 3rd caution and gave up a point. And then Evanitsky rode him out and avoided getting a stall called against him.
I have actually seen that happen before, but not very often. And I will tell you that Lower Dauphin, Ulrey from Lower Dauphin, who was his opponent in that match, I can see Lower Dauphin from the parking lot. That's how close the high school is. And there was quite a Lower Dauphin contingent here that were not pleased.
He'll go out of bounds there with that headlock attempt from McClenahan. Yeah, there were some angry folks.
Yes.
But Evanitsky is here in the final and has a 3-0 lead over Gage McClenahan, who is a winner this morning, 7-5 over Ty McGeary from West Allegheny. District 6 versus District 2 here in the 152-pound final. Scranton from District 2 and Bald Eagle area District 6. Out of bounds. 1:01 to go in the second period, and you get the feeling, McClenahan got to turn it up a little bit here. And I think, if I'm McClenahan and I can get a takedown here, maybe I can choose neutral in the third period and not worry about being under Evanitsky, who is a tough rider on top. Double leg attempt there, blocked off easily by Evanitsky, and they'll go out.
Bald Eagle area always has a tough team. They won the inaugural team championships back in 1999, the Team Dual Team Championship Award. Their team was so well thought of, they were ranked #1 in the country at the end of the season.
Anymore, it's tough to be public school in Pennsylvania and ranked #1 with the Blairs and
Wyoming seminaries. And, yeah.
Evanitsky pushing the pace a little bit here with that 3-0 lead. Final seconds of period number 2. It'll be McClenahan's choice to start period number 3. And they'll go out. McClenahan tried to hurdle right over him. You can connect with us at PCN TV, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Use that hashtag PIAA on PCN. McClenahan to his feet, and they'll go out of bounds.
Hustle in, hustle in.
No stalling warnings on either wrestler as of yet. A little Granby roll and an escape for McClenahan. He's down by 2 here against Evanitsky. Now in that semifinal this morning, Evanitsky looked really tired once they got into the overtime and tiebreaker. It looks like he's got plenty of energy left in the tank here in the third period. Underhook set up for a single leg here for McClenahan. Evanitsky trying to roll underneath.
Evanitsky coming up right on the edge of the mat. He's going to get 2 points out of this.
Good hustle by Evanitsky. Good awareness where he was almost out of bounds, then got himself back in bounds and got the takedown. He's going to grant McClenahan, or it looked like he was going to grant him a free release.
He wanted to do it, but the coach overruled him.
John Burgett, the coach. There's the escape anyway. So now 40 seconds to go. McClenahan's going to need a couple of takedowns, trailing by 3. And Evanitsky knows he hasn't been hit for stalling yet, so he can keep him at an arm's length.
He's found a home there on the edge of the mat. That's exactly where he's going to stay. for as long as he can.
Out of bounds and back to the center with 20 seconds left.
Work the center, guys. Work the center.
Back to the edge of the mat.
The shot of his own there. And McClenahan glanced backward at the clock and realizes that time is going to run out. And William Evaninsky is the first state champion in Scranton Knights history, as he wins it 5-2 here at 152 pounds.
Nice job.
An early takedown and a late takedown took care of things for Evaninsky, as he is a state champion. And here's a look at the clinching takedown in the third off of this scramble, Jim.
Well, right on the edge of the mat, he's got good mat awareness, turns, faces, gets control, 2 points.
So a gold medal to William Evaninsky of Scranton. Now we head to the podium for the award winners at 145 pounds.
In 6th place, Cole Henlovic from Bethlehem Catholic. In 5th place, from Penn Trafford, Job Shishko. In 4th place, from Northern York, Micah Hoffman. In 3rd place, Ryan Vulock from Pope John Paul II. Your runner-up from Du Bois, Colby Ho. And your champion from Nazareth, a 2-time state champion, Sammy Sasso, winner by fall in 5 minutes, 22 seconds. Congratulations, Sammy Sasso, and all of your 145-pound medalists.
Sammy Sasso, all-time leader in wins at Nazareth High School, now has 2 state championship gold medals. He'll be headed to Ohio State next year as a 2-time Pennsylvania state champion. The crowd recognizing the greatness of the top-ranked wrestler in the nation at his weight class. There's the rest of the award winners at 145 pounds. Time now for the 160-pound final. On the left, Carter Starachi from Cathedral Prep in Erie. He is a junior. He is 45-0 with a 123-10 career record. His opponent is Zach Hartman, a senior from Bell Vernon, 43-1 this year, 170-24 for his career. Here we go. Starachi is undefeated this year, coming off of a state finals appearance a year ago in which he took 2nd, and he was 8th as a freshman back in 2016. Zach Hartman continuing the redemption tour this postseason for Bell Vernon. As a freshman was 7th, as a sophomore was 5th, and had the 3 letters that no wrestler wants to see next to their name in Hershey last year. DNP, did not place, went 1-2, and was motivated to get back to make things right this year, and he's got a chance to win a gold medal. He's going to have to take out an undefeated wrestler in Carter Starachi.
Hartman had a great semifinal match against Luke Stout from Mount Lebanon out of District 7. Hartman blanked him 6-0.
Made it look easy too. Just a very smooth wrestler. Starace with the shot on the edge, they'll go out of bounds. Starace did not have it easy in his semifinal against Garrett Ninehouse, a sophomore from Cannon McMillan, winning, as I wrote down, by the skin of his teeth in sudden victory off a scramble. A quick 2 was awarded, and Cannon McMillan's coaching staff went to DEFCON 2 after that call, but the call stood, and Starace is here in the finals trying to win a title.
Well, it's a sudden victory period, and he had control briefly before he got rolled through to his back, but it was too late.
It's always weird when the winning wrestler in sudden victory is looking up from his back at the official giving the 2 points, but it is what it is. And here a little scramble. Starace trying to come out the back in the final 10 seconds. And he's able to cover with the low leg. He's got 2, but no back points as of yet. Oh, he just runs out of time as he throws Hartman to his back. So a 2-0 lead for Carter Starace. Our referee is Matt Reese from Nazareth, District 11, a farmer in his 20th year of officiating, and an answer to one of my favorite trivia questions.
I'm going to set you, don't move. Tommy, I'm going to put you on there, right?
Who is the only unseeded true freshman to win an NCAA title?
Elbow belly button.
165-pounder for NC State. Matt Reese was a national champion.
That's correct.
And he is our official here in the finals. I guess there was no drama with the trivia question when I said he was the answer before asking it, but pretty cool. Never been done since. An unseeded true freshman has won a national championship. And there is a stalling warning on Hartman, as he did not make an attempt to bring down Starace. So that's the first stalling warning here in this bout. Starace is a national champion, by the way, in both freestyle and Greco-Roman. Won both titles out at Fargo this past summer as a cadet national champion. Looking to become the 8th champion for Cathedral Prep. The last came back in 1995, Terry Jeffries at 130 pounds. Bell Vernon has never had a state champion. 20 medalists all time, 3 of them last year.
Cathedral Prep had a great dual meet team this year. And in their Northwestern Regional Tournament, they qualified 8 wrestlers for the PIAA championships here in Hershey.
And Starace's able to get the escape. He now leads it 3-0. Mike Hazy, the head coach at Cathedral Prep. .30 seconds to go here in the second period. Starace with that 3-0 lead. Well, shrug attempt here by Hartman. Can he trip? Yes, he's got the 2-point takedown here, right on the edge of the mat. That makes it a 1-point match here in the closing seconds of period number 2.
4, 3, 2, 1, time.
And we'll go to the third period. It will be a choice for Hartman, and he will right away go down below.
He didn't have to think about that one.
Here we go. Bottom man, I'm going to set you now. You ready?
And those 3 points by Starace are the only 3 points that Hartman has given up so far in this tournament. He's blanked everybody.
Wow. This a weight class that was won a year ago by Trent Hidley, who is up a weight class. We'll see him next at 170 against Luke Nichter. Hartman clamping down on that wrist of Starace, who comes up to a cradle.
He's got a good near cradle. He's got it locked up in the center of the mat.
Boy, that is tight.
He's got it locked up very tight. Now he lost it.
Wow, what strength by Hartman to get out of that cradle.
Boy, that was really, really tight, and somehow Hartman managed to get himself out of that.
Hartman went ahead and stepped over that one leg of Starocci. Now he's in on about a single leg. Trying to put Starocci in danger. Starocci's still in control.
Hartman's slowly but surely working his way around. If he has enough time, he's going to get 2 points eventually.
There it is, 2 points, no backs. So it is 5-3, or check that, 4-3. Off the reversal. Now Hartman needs to hang on. Remember, he has a stalling warning against him on top, so he cannot give up another stall call. Goes to a little Navy ride there to break down Starocci.
Well, he's got that stalling call, but he's also so tough on top. I mentioned earlier, he hasn't given up a point, with exception of the 3 points that Starocci's got on him now. So nobody's been able to escape from him.
And there's the stalling call with a point. You know, it was interesting. It was a tough call for Matt Reese to make there, because Hartman's kind of hanging out on that Navy ride, but Starocci was trying to get out of bounds to get a restart. So
exactly,
you know, he was hanging out down low and wasn't necessarily improving his position. But that's the call. He's going to confirm it with his assistant, James Gordon. And you just heard him say, yeah, he wasn't working up. So I think that's the right call there. So now 13 seconds left.
Well, Starocci's got a good opportunity here. He's got to get his game together and get a good start on the whistle. He's got 13 seconds to get out.
Oh, okay. All right, you're set. Go ahead.
So Hartman on top. Starocci to his feet. 5 seconds left. Hartman trying to go that Navy ride again, dropping to an ankle, and that will end it, and we'll have sudden victory for the first time since 106. So that late stall call ties it up, and first points win here in overtime. Hartman in on a single. Starocci has the crotch lock. Hartman trying to come to his feet, turn it into a double. In this battle of two nationally ranked wrestlers, we have a stalemate with 34 seconds to go. Starocci ranked number 9, Hartman ranked number 20. Hartman will wrestle at Bucknell next year. Now it's Starocci in on a shot. Trying to step over, whizzer by Hartman. Trying to clamp down on that left wrist of Starocci to prevent him from cutting it across. 15 seconds to go.
Starocci's going to lift it up. Here
Back
he goes.
trip. Hartman stays on his feet. 5 seconds to go.
Back to
Hartman
a double.
on his
3
rear
seconds.
end,
2 seconds. It's takedown.
Yeah, that's the takedown for Carter Starocci, as he is a state champion.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
A late stall call got him into overtime. And Starocci wins it 6-4 over Zach Hartman of Bell Vernon.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He figured falling on that. Yeah.
Should point out that displeasure with the crowd certainly not directed at Carter Starocci, but at that stall call at the end. Here's a look at the winning takedown.
Starocci's in, switches to that double leg, driving, finally gets control. You can see the referee on the right. There's the 2 points.
It came with about 4 seconds left. And Starocci fired up as a champion. Let's go to the medal stand and the award winners at 152 pounds.
In 7th place from Bethlehem Catholic, Luca Frenzy. In 6th place from West Allegheny, Ty McGeary. In 5th place from Lower Dolphin, Clayton Yulry. In 4th place from Owen J. Roberts, Daniel Mancini. In 3rd place from Hempfield area, Luke Kemmerer. In 2nd place, Gaze McClenahan from Bald Eagle area. And introducing your 2018 PIAA AAA champion at 152 pounds from Scranton High School, a winner by decision 5-2, William Ivanitsky.
So there he is, state champion for the first time in the history of Scranton. He's got his gold medal, he's got his backpack, he's got everything. William Ivanitsky, state champion for the Knights of Scranton. So congratulations to William and the rest of the medal winners here at 152 pounds. Time to move on to the 170-pound final. And we have the matchup between Trent Hidlay, denim jacket and all, from Mifflin County, a senior. 42-0 this season, 153-14 for his career. Luke Nichter from Chambersburg, a sophomore, 38-6, 70-17 for his career. Hidlay, defending state champion, ranked number 2 in the nation at his weight class, and will be going to North Carolina State next year to join his brother Hayden, who is locked and loaded as the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament at 157 pounds.
As a freshman.
22-0 his record in college. Not bad. The Hidlay brothers, the only state champions in the history of Mifflin County High School. Hidlay on the right side of your screen, Nichter in the plaid singlet of Chambersburg. I like that look. Oh, Hidlay takedown almost to back. Nichter was able to belly down there. And as we said in the open, worth mentioning again, Hidlay is not going to wow you with spectacular moves. It's just the ones he does so well.
He's got such power and quickness that it's just hard to fight him off. He is it's a terrific wrestler.
There's the Who's Number 1 champion. In the offseason was a Super 32 champ. No caution there. There was a buzzer or a whistle going off on one of the other mats, so they'll restart. James Gordon is the official for this match out of Plains Township in District 2. In his 10th year as a PIAA official, he is a corrections officer.
Recent great champion from Chambersburg, Garrett Hammond, 2-time PIAA champion back in 2012 and 2013. Went to Penn State, wrestled a little bit there, now transferred to Drexel. NCAA qualifier from the EIWA tournament for Drexel.
Off the restart, Hidlay will give Nichter a shove away for an escape. He'll go back to work using that underhook. Nichter with a little front head and arm defense. He'll separate. Boy, Hidlay just goes right at you.
You can, he's like a truck, boy. Whatever he's doing it hard.
And you know, I mean, the thing is, it's not like he's 6'4", but it just seems that his reach is longer than it should be. I mean, getting that ankle pick was like a frog catching a fly.
Yeah, he covers ground quickly for a big man.
and they'll go out. You know, Heidley mentioned he's going to be joining his brother Hayden at North Carolina State next year. He said the fact that his brother goes there had nothing to do with his decision to go to NC State as Nichter gets the escape. He just felt that that was a place where he could be comfortable, get a good education, and have a good time. Nichter was 6th in the state as a freshman last year, and Coach Matt Menser knew that he was getting a good young wrestler when Nichter showed up as a 9th grader last year, and had high expectations for him. He's a 2-time medalist and now in the finals against the #2 wrestler in the country. As Heidley quickly to his feet, gets the escape, has a 5-2 lead.
Back in 2016, Heidley made the finals of the PIAA tournament on the strength of 3 overtime wins.
He'll go out of bounds. Minute 30 remaining here in the second period. Oh, another ankle pick, just running right through him. Now he covers the second leg, has the takedown.
Way back in 1974, Chambersburg had their first state champion, Craig Hellmuth. First state champion for Chambersburg, went on to be a Division III national champion at Gettysburg College. Coached at Redland High School for many years before retiring.
Place winners and coaches at 160. Please make your way to the awards area. Place winners, coaches at 160.
And that year you mentioned back in 2016 when he went overtime 3 times over to get to the finals, his opponent in the final who he lost to was Caleb Young of Punxsutawney, who's now wrestling for Iowa. I think he's taking a redshirt year this year. He leads 7-3 right now, does Heidley. And they'll go out of bounds. Coach Kirby Martin from Mifflin County was asking for some stalling with Nichter backing off the mat, but that call did not come. Again, Nichter backs up. There is the stalling warning. As Heidley just, he doesn't have a reverse gear.
It's a freight train in forward motion all the time.
Ten seconds to go in the period.
3,
Going for
2,
that underhook ankle pick
1.
again at the buzzer, and 2 at the buzzer. How about it? And it's 9-3. It might as well be 90-3 at this point, the way Heidley is on his feet.
Well, that's why I mentioned it early on in our opening. He stays in good position. He's going to get to 1 leg. He's going to get to 2. You just can't stop the guy. He's got such power behind his moves, and he's always moving forward.
Yeah. So Heidley, minute 45 away from his second state title. Looking pretty good right now. Luke Nichter, this is not the last we're going to hear from him.
No, he'll definitely be back in the hunt for another medal.
And the guy that Trent Heidley beat in the final last year, Josh Stillings from Penridge, we're going to see him in the next final at 182 pounds. Heidley going for a little tilt there. Rolled right underneath with no back points. We'll go back to the center, 9-3. Last year, these two actually met up in the quarterfinals in the state tournament when Nichter was a freshman, and Heidley had a technical fall over Nichter. Will not be a technical fall, at least it doesn't appear to be the case here, with a 9-4 lead with 1:10 to go, but Heidle just continuing to move forward against Nichter. Again, Heidle, underhook, ankle pick,
Underhook,
2 points.
ankle pick, move forward, takedown.
Repeat, repeat,
Yeah.
repeat.
Wash and repeat.
And how many hundreds of times do you think he drills that shot each day in practice?
Oh, jeez. To be that good with it?
Yep. 45 seconds to go. Heidle with an 11-4 lead. Nichter not really cooperating right now on the bottom for Trent Heidle, senior from Mifflin County, who is well on his way to winning his 2nd state title. Had a couple wrestlers trying to win their 2nd title. Doug Zapp, the defending champ, lost to Logan Macri. Sam Hilligus defended his title. Sammy Sasso defended his title. And here, Trent Heidle, 15 seconds away from defending his title. Now he's going to let Nichter loose here. He wants a major decision. He's got 10 seconds. He tries that ankle pick again. And it looks like Heidle is just going to enjoy the final couple seconds here of an 11-5 victory, his 2nd state title for the Mifflin County senior. There's your state champion at 170 pounds, Trent Heidle, Mifflin County.
I look for him to do great things down at the University of North Carolina State.
Yeah, he's going to do a lot for the Wolfpack. Here's a look at one of several takedowns.
And that's the move right there.
Yep. Underhook into an ankle pick, and Heidle winds up with 5 takedowns in the match and an 11-4 victory. Off to the podium for the winners at 160 pounds.
I'm not mic'd up over here, am I?
In 6th place from Solanco, A.J. Wilson. In 5th place from Scranton, Jacob Burgett. In 4th place, Luke Stout from Mount Lebanon. In 3rd place from Cannon McMillan, Garrett Ninehouse.
Yeah.
2018 runner-up, Zachary Hartman from Bell Vernon. And this year's champ at 160 pounds, Carter Starocki from Cathedral Prep, a 6-4 winner in sudden victory. Congratulations, all of our 160-pound place winners.
There he is, Carter Starocki, the state champion at 160 pounds for Cathedral Prep out of District 10, Erie. And there are the rest of the award winners at 160 pounds. Congratulations to them. On we go to 182 pounds, Josh Stillings from Penn Ridge. 30-1 this year, a senior, 150-27 for his career. His opponent is Tim Wallace from Albert Gallatin High School. He's nationally ranked as well, a 37-3 record this season, 139-20 overall for this career. Wallace ranked number 19 by Intermat, going to Kent State next year. Stillings ranked number 15 by Intermat. He'll be going to Drexel. Stillings a finalist last year, taking second to Trent Hidlay. Wallace took third last year. And Stillings, off of a shrug attempt by Wallace, is in deep on a single, trying to improve his position.
Stillings got that head outside single. Here's another funk roll attempt.
Stillings trying to clamp on, but in doing so is giving up what looks like almost a low leg situation for Wallace.
And Wallace has that left leg of his.
No control awarded yet. And Stillings just kind of holding on, and there's your stalemate call. A tough scramble there. Stillings was in danger, but got himself out of it with a stalemate. Guy that has looked very comfortable throughout this postseason for Penn Ridge, looking to become their second ever state champion. Dan Getter was a champ in 2005 at 215 pounds. He was the head coach of the Rams for several seasons. Now RP Norley is the head coach for the Rams. Dwayne DuPont, the head coach at Albert Gallatin High School, who have yet to earn a gold medal in Hershey. Wallace attempting to be the first. A shot here by Stillings, but they'll run out of room and go out of bounds.
Wallace did a little bit of a shrug there, but got himself in trouble. Stillings saw it coming, dove in, had the takedown, but unfortunately out of bounds.
So no score in this 182-pound final with about 15 seconds to go in the first period. A little go behind here for Stillings. Good whizzer though toward the end of the period. An excellent defense by Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace whizzered his way out of that with that overhook.
Green, your choice, sir. Green, down.
Stillings with the choice, he'll go underneath. Chris Straub is the official.
Set.
A third grade teacher from Greenville out of District 10. He's in his 22nd year of officiating. Looked like Wallace might have gotten away with a false start there on top. Stillings will get to his feet. Good mat return by Wallace. Stillings kind of stuck underneath there. A little spiral ride by Wallace has kept him at bay. Now Stillings to his feet again. Another mat return by Wallace.
One.
There's the escape. Stillings has the 1-0 lead.
Well, Wallace has been very good from the top position, so Stillings doing a great job getting away. Wallace pinned his first opponent, Jeremy Seymour, in 3 minutes. Seymour from West Scranton. Second opponent, Luigi Yates from Cathedral Prep. He caught and pinned in 34 seconds in the quarterfinal round.
They shot in for like a fireman's carry type thing, and Wallace just crunched him. Thanks for coming. 34 seconds.
We have some nice parting gifts for you.
Yeah, and then Max Shaw, a 7-0 loser to Wallace in the semifinals this morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's attendance
Stillings had a pin, an 8-1 decision, and a 7-2 decision to get to the final. He's looked very comfortable here. He is the third of 4 finalists from District 1. District just outside of Philadelphia in the suburbs there, and District 1 0 for 2 tonight. Doug Zapf and Killian Delaney both came up short in their finals, each by a point. And Stillings, a lot of people thought was District 1's best hope for a champion, and there's a takedown in the closing 10 seconds of the period. Can Stillings ride out Wallace? Ooh, Wallace coming out on top. No control given, and time runs out. So Stillings just kind of clamps down there and almost exposing his own back, is able to keep Wallace from getting control, and it's a 3-0 lead going into period number 3.
Well, Stillings not only gets those 2-point takedown unanswered by Wallace, he lucks out.
Yeah.
Because given another 5 or 6 seconds on the clock, it could have turned very ugly very quickly.
And a lot of times you'll see guys panic in that situation.
Exactly.
And by doing so, it almost shows that the opponent's in control.
They
at that
worsen.
point.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They worsen the situation.
And here,
oh, he's got
and
a great half Nelson.
Yeah, that's in pretty deep. Spiral and a half here by Stillings. No stalling warnings to either wrestler. Wallace trying to crawl out of bounds, and he does to get the restart. 1:18 to go. R.P. Norley on the left there is the head coach for Penridge.
Top. Set. That one's on red.
There is a false start
we have
on the
one
bottom
each,
man,
gentlemen,
Wallace.
one caution each.
One caution each.
Set. Top. Set.
Clean restart here. Again, spiral and a half by Stillings. He'll release, and an escape given to Wallace. So it's 3-1 now, and Stillings 1 minute away from winning a state title. A shot and then a reshot from Stillings has him down underneath. And a stalemate called there from that position. 50 seconds to go. We've seen a couple of times Wallace go to that shrug to try to take Stillings down. He's got 30 seconds to try to equalize with the takedown here, but Stillings showing no signs of giving anything up on his feet.
He's comfortable right there on the edge of the mat.
Oh, there's that shrug, but they go out of bounds.
Stillings doing a good job staying near the edge of the mat. Oftentimes that out of bounds line is your best friend if you get in trouble.
Stillings backing out here.
Yeah, he's going to play keep away a little bit for the rest of the match.
10 seconds left. Six seconds for Stillings. He will back out again. Time runs out. Josh Stillings is a state champion for the Penridge Rams. The second state champion in Penridge history. You think the coaches like it?
I think the coaches are happier than Stillings is.
Yeah, what a moment for the Penridge Rams. And Josh Stillings is top dog at 182 pounds. And here's a look at the decisive
well, there's
couple
that
of
shoulder
seconds.
roll.
Yeah.
And Wallace in great position. He just runs out of time. And as you mentioned, Stillings did not panic, which helped him remain in control.
Well, some hugs for the family and friends. And Josh Stillings, a state champion for the Penridge Rams. Now he's just being the mayor. He's going through, shaking hands.
Anybody in the section.
Well, if you like what you've seen with Josh Stillings and the rest of the winners, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat at PCN TV. And you can cheer on your team. Let us know what you think using the hashtag PIAA on PCN. Got a tweet that came in on that hashtag from Leanne that just said, Sammy Sasso is just so good. That is correct.
Succinct.
Did not need to use all 280 characters for that tweet. A look from high above the Giant Center, where this evening 128 medals are being handed out, and 14 of the gold variety. Josh Stillings just earned himself one. In the closing seconds of the third place match to our left, and once that is over, we'll take you to the medal stand for the presentation of the awards at 170 pounds. And that match has ended. So while we're waiting to head to the medal stands, we can actually check that. We're going to go to the medal stand and show you the place winners at 170 pounds.
In 7th place from Solanco, Ben Root. In 6th place from Downingtown West, Maximus Hale. In 5th place from Bell Vernon, Scott Joel. In 4th place from Greensburg, Salem, Jesse Quatsi. In 3rd place, Kate Wilson from Nazareth. Second place from Chambersburg, Luke Nichter. And introducing your 2018 PIAA AAA champion at 170 pounds. He's from Mifflin County High School. A winner by decision 11-5, Trent Hidley.
Well, Trent Hidley, his second state title, man, was he fired up when he won. That was a great celebration.
That certainly was.
And he's atop the podium. Your champion at 170 pounds. Next stop, NC State. So congratulations to Trent and the rest of the medal winners here at 170 pounds in Class 3A. Time now for the 195-pound final. On the left is Cole Urbis, 29-1, a junior from State College Area High School. 78-10 for his career. His opponent is Luke McGonigal, a senior from Clearfield, 34-1 this season, 134-20 overall. McGonigal was second place in the state a year ago. Urbis third place a year ago. McGonigal in the black, red, and white singlet of Clearfield, and the gray singlet of State College, the Little Lions. Oh boy, a lateral drop by McGonigal has Urbis on his back.
No, he's in good position. He's got plenty of time to work with. He's going to scoop the head, stay perpendicular, driving him over again. You can see his arm is trapped. Now he's got it out. He's going to ride parallel here.
Referee Mike Evans looking for the
boy. He's right all over this. Wow, this is close. He still has a whole nother minute to work with here.
Urbis fighting for his life. McGonigal lost to Urbis 1-0 last week in the regional final, looking to exact revenge in a big way.
Urbis almost got himself off, but now he's in even worse position. McGonigal still 30 seconds to work with to get this fall.
There it is! Luke McGonigal with an emphatic victory at 195 pounds. A lateral drop turns into a fall at 1 minute and 37 seconds.
Good job.
Wow. I mean, Urbis's feet almost hit the Jumbotron above the mat. That was such a high amplitude throw by McGonigal. He is now the 41st champion in Clearfield history, a storied wrestling program. The last Bison champion was Matt Kyler in 2005. He was a two-timer. As McGonigal goes exit stage left, here is the finish. And you see, he went through all the adjustments. And, you know, Jim, he hit that lateral drop, what, 10 seconds into the match?
Oh, 5 seconds into the match.
And it's just, it's too much to ask to try to fight off your back for almost a full 2 minutes.
Not against a guy as big and strong as Luke McGonigal.
And here he's going to readjust.
Yeah, he finally gets it, and that's what does it. When he lifts the leg and gets more weight on the shoulder, that's what puts it down for the count.
Wow. He just defeated the #9 wrestler in the country with a lateral drop. And boy, you know, during his semifinal match, it was such a surge in the crowd from Clearfield. They traveled really well to support McGonigal. Here's the lat drop. This is just a thing of beauty.
As soon as he comes up, boom.
Ooh. You heard the crowd oohing and aahing behind us as they showed that replay on the big screen here at Giant Center. And yeah, flex it out, man. You're a state champion. Let's step aside as they finish up the 3rd, 5th, and 7th place matches. Luke McGonigal, the champ at 195. We're back with the final 2 championship bouts right after this on PCN. Back here at the Giant Center, they finish up the 3rd and 5th place matches. We just had a exclamation point at 195 pounds. Luke McGonigal becoming a state champ. There's the team championship trophy and the runner-up trophy, and it looks like Nazareth is going to take home the overall trophy, sitting at 85 points right now. And Cathedral Prep going to be the 2nd place team. They're sitting at 71 right now. And there's your results. Sammy Sasso with a win over Colby Hoa Fall in 5 minutes and 22 seconds at 145 pounds. William Evanitsky with a 5-2 win over Gage McClenahan of Bald Eagle area with a late takedown to secure that victory. Carter Staraki had to work overtime to beat Zach Hartman. Wound up getting a stalling call to force overtime with about 15 seconds left in a 1-point match. And then he got the decisive takedown early on in the sudden victory period to win his first title and end an undefeated season. And then at 170 pounds, Trent Hidlay with a victory lap over Luke Nichter. 5 takedowns and an escape for Hidlay as he won his second state championship. So that's how the middle 4 weight classes have gone here at the 3A Wrestling Championships. The crowd looking on as we talk to you about the PCN Select app. You want to watch the PIAA Championships anytime, anywhere, even from the Giant Center stands. You can stream our PIAA Individual Wrestling Championship coverage live and on demand in HD on your favorite mobile device, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku using PCN Select. Subscribe to PCN Select at PCNTV.com. Kyle Berger and Jim Davis with you here, along with the outstanding men and women of PCN TV, bringing you the state championships, the 3A version, here to cap off the wrestling season. A long journey from the end of November till the first couple weeks of March, and it all ends tonight with 14 state champions. You see the guys are queued up at 182 pounds to head to the medal stand shortly, as the final placement match has ended at 195 pounds. And we will go to the award stand for the top 8 at 182.
Place winners. Mason McCready of Hollidaysburg in 8th place. In 7th place from Lower Dauphin, Brendan Schaefer. In 6th place from Shikellamy, Josh Krieger. In 5th place from Cedar Cliff, Donovan Ball.
Let's go.
In 4th place from Butler, Christian Sequit. In 3rd place, Mac Shaw from Thomas Jefferson. Your runner-up from Albert Gallatin, Tim Wallace. And this year's champ from Penridge, Josh Stillings, a 3-1 winner. Congratulations, Josh Stillings, and all of our place winners at 182 pounds.
There's Stillings, 182-pound champion. Big smile for Josh. He'll be wrestling for Drexel next season. He was a winner over Tim Wallace in the 182-pound final. Congrats to Josh and the rest of the medalists at 182 pounds. Time to move on to the 220-pound matchup. On the left of your screen, Hunter Katka, just a sophomore from Sun Valley. He is 40-1 this year, 74-8. overall for his career. His opponent is Parker McClellan from Altoona, 30-5 this season, 105-33 for his career. No state medals between these two guys. However, they're both getting one tonight. One will be gold, one will be silver. And Hunter Katka from Sun Valley is quickly in on a double leg takedown at the edge, and he's got an early 2-0 lead.
Now he scooped the one leg, and as soon as he grabbed that far ankle, that is control and a 2-point takedown.
Stop, caution,
Katka just a sophomore. They're going to wipe off the caution there. There's a whistle on another mat.
Get set, Red.
And his only loss this year was to Selinsgrove's Nate Sean. He got caught and pinned by Sean at the Penn Manor tournament earlier this year. Met up with him in the quarterfinals and handed him an 8-3 defeat. Had a thrilling semifinal against Ian Edenfield, who was a second place finisher last year.
Work in.
And almost saw his state championship goals come to a screeching halt. He was actually called pinned by the head official in a semifinal match, but the assistant official correctly came in and said that they were out of bounds. And, you know, you look at a guy like Edenfield, who thought he was getting back to the finals, was actually celebrating a victory, and they came in and said, no.
Yeah, that celebration lasted about 10 seconds.
Yep. And then Katka just kind of methodically dismantled Edenfield the rest of that semifinal.
Slowly but surely got himself back in the match and ended up winning the match 6-5.
Katka will be the second medalist in Sun Valley history, a school in Delaware County just outside of Philadelphia. Trying to high leg over and get the takedown, he's got it. Parker McClellan would be the third champion in Altoona history. I've not had one since Steve Murray in 1974. Katka now going to work on top, grabbing his own shin. Now McClellan trying to hip over. Final 10 seconds, McClellan does hip over. Katka's going to yield the reversal. That's a big 2 points at the end of the period. And McClellan has made it now 4-3.
Now McClellan did a good job getting himself back in this match with that step over to gain control with just a couple of ticks left on the clock.
Well, Katka's nose is bleeding, and I had the opportunity to officiate his regional final last week when he wrestled Nick Chapman of Hapro Horsham, and we had all sorts of blood time. The bloody nose, a cut over his eye. It was a long match because of the blood time. They take just 20 seconds here to clean up Katka. Now they're going to wipe some of the blood off of Parker McClellan. Mark Seeger is the official here in this bout from Glenshaw, District 7, a 20-year PIAA official, HVAC design and installation professional.
First, the green. Green's down.
McClellan had choice. He deferred to the third period, and Hunter Katka will go underneath. Katka quickly to his feet, gets separation, has a 5-3 lead now.
Katka does not look like a 10th grader.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Jim. Yeah, he's a big dude, and he's got a lot of technique. Back to the center with 1:37 to go. 2 takedowns for Katka and an escape. McClellan, an escape and a reversal.
I was watching Katka warm up before this round of the tournament started. He warmed up harder than anybody out on the mat before this championship round. He's actually wrestling live with one of his assistant coaches.
Katka's bleeding again. They're going to have to stop. He was trying to reshoot. And immediately that plug kind of fell out of his nose, so they're going to have to get that taken care of. As we said. So Katka with a 5-3 lead here.
Cut the blood,
wrestling for head coach Tom Ellis for the Sun Valley Vanguards.
McClellan struggled a bit in his semifinal match against an undefeated wrestler from Shippensburg out of District 3, Cole Forrester. McClellan ended up winning the match 4-3 in overtime tiebreaker period.
So off the restart, less than a minute to wrestle here in the second period. High crotch shot by Katka in deep. And he will cover for 2 as McClellan tried to get out of bounds, but to no avail. 7-3 now. Katka leading.
On easy, Green. Set. Set.
Seems that in this tournament, the only thing that has stopped Katka is his bloody nose. McClellan to his feet. Katka covers a single leg, and now they'll come neutral for the escape. 7-4 the score now. Out of bounds. 16 seconds left, and Katka lost that plug in his nose again. He doesn't even know it.
Hang on, Green, you're bleeding again.
He's back on that center line ready to wrestle. Still hasn't moved. Now they're going to plug him up.
Some over here.
Fans follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat at PCN TV and cheer on your team using the hashtag PIAA on PCN. See that blood clock ticking down in your corner. And now on the scoreboard in the middle of your screen, so down to 3:45 to go.
Cut time.
No cut blood time there, 3:39 left
I told him.
on that blood clock. Ten seconds to go in the period. It will be McClellan's choice of position to start period number 3. And Katka will take a 7-4 lead into the final period here at 220 pounds.
Red's down. Let's get set, Red.
Well, McClellan in the down position is in a
Set
good
your
spot
green.
to
Green
start
top.
a bit of a rally here in the third period.
Set.
Could be easier said than done if Katka wants to go to work here.
Yeah, Katka's tough from the top position, but McClellan's got to get up to his base, get hand control, and get out.
He turns in onto the leg of Katka, so no escape yet. It's still Katka in control.
Watch that knee, watch that knee.
And
Watch that knee.
he's able to kind of work that left knee behind and spin behind, stay in control here. 30 seconds gone by in the third period. Half and a one-on-one, and we have a stoppage.
Blood green. You're all over.
Oh, Katka's bleeding all over the place again.
Blood red.
Well, Katka
No, it's not Katka. This time it's McClellan. McClellan, yeah.
Katka had a great half Nelson in deep.
Red.
We should
It's
remind
red. I
everybody
thought
the
it was
referees
green
have
again,
no
but it's
choice.
red.
When there
That's
is
right.
any blood at all, they have to
just
stop
red.
the match, no
Yeah.
matter what is going on.
Yeah, the only thing that could have happened in Katka's favor there was if he was already turning McClellan and there's what's known as an imminent near fall. You can get 2 points for that, but they were nowhere near that point when referee Randy Evans stopped that. Excuse me, that was Mark Seeger. Randy Evans is the assistant. He'll be the head referee for the 285-pound final. So they've cut the blood time. Now they're just cleaning up the crime scene in the Altoona corner.
Got on the back of his arm.
Katka standing by himself in the middle of the mat. A 7-4 lead for the sophomore from Sun Valley, looking to become the school's first ever champion. Think he's focused on the final 126 here, or what? Katka on top with that 3-point lead. Two-on-one wrist tie underneath for Katka. Trying to jam that leg in. Little mat return here. They'll go out with 1:03 to wrestle. More blood. This time it is again McClellan.
We got blood green also.
Gives us an idea just how physical this match is between these two wrestlers.
Well, both guys are bleeding. Right now they have taken McClellan off the blood clock and put Katka back on the blood clock.
Did you get him stopped?
Easier said than done in the state final, but this is one when, as a coach, I would go out there and say, can you just pin him?
Yeah, and end it.
You're not going to do that in the state final, I get that, but the clock stopped at 3:22 for blood clock for Katka. They ran McClellan for a little bit, then put it on Katka. And now we have 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the state final at 2:20.
So McClellan is still in the bottom position.
Get that red, green top.
To start the last minute of this final period.
Who's that whistle down there? All right, get set
No
again,
caution
red.
there, a whistle
Green
on the
top.
other mat.
Oops.
Katka gonna try to ride tough here with a 3-point lead. As Jim mentioned a few moments ago, an escape plus a takedown would tie things up. There's the escape for McClellan.
45 seconds left.
No stalling warnings as Katka blasts McClellan out of bounds there. Katka sprawls on the shot attempt by McClellan. 30 seconds to wrestle. Katka shoots in. They'll go out of bounds with 15 seconds to wrestle.
Well, McClellan had started to wrestle with a sense of urgency that he needs here in the last 15 seconds.
Katka appeared to be a little hobbled as he came up after that last shot attempt. Closing seconds here. Couple of shots by McClellan. 3 seconds to go. And they're out of bounds with just 1 second left. Both of these wrestlers bloodied. And we're gonna have blood time with 1 second left. Yeah, we need that. Yeah, there's a little bit of blood on the mat they gotta take care of. So this golden moment for Hunter Katka will just have to wait for a little while. Well, that is the face of somebody who has been through the postseason ringer.
I can't help it when it starts dripping onto the mat.
League, district, regional, and soon-to-be state champion Hunter Katka of Sun Valley. Another quick shout out to the guys on the cleanup crew and the training staff here at the Giant Center, about to put the wraps on a very long weekend here.
Hold on, guys, hold on. Wait till crew gets off.
So 1 second to go. Mark Seeger will blow his whistle one final time. And Hunter Katka is a state champion for the Sun Valley Vanguards.
Good match, gentlemen. Go both ways, this way, turn.
He wins it 7-5, a big hug for his coaching staff. And the sophomore is a state champion.
Only a 10th grader, so we should see plenty more of Mr. Katka.
There's one of 3 takedowns Katka had as we go to the award stand for 195 pounds.
In 6th place from Connellsville, Nate Ansell. Fifth place from Cathedral Prep, Dorian Crosby. Fourth place from Boyertown, Elijah Jones. In 3rd place, Jake Kozer from Northern. In 2nd place from State College, Cole Urbis. And introducing your 2018 PIAA AAA champion at 195 pounds. He's a winner by fall in 1 minute, 37 seconds from Clearfield High School, Luke McGonigal.
So there you go. Luke McGonigal had the thriller at 195 with a lateral drop in the opening seconds of the first period as he tossed Cole Urbis to his back. Eventually got the fall at a time of 1 minute and 37 seconds. Those are your place winners at 195. Big boy time, 285-pound final. On the left of your screen, it is Isaac Reed, Kiski area. A senior with a 22-0 record this year, 128-24 overall for his career. Kawan Debo from Cathedral Prep is his opponent, a junior, 42-1 this season, 120-13 for his career. So it's been a long journey for both of these guys. And Isaac Reed just happy to be here, but wants to win this state title. As he fights for a single leg on Debo, they'll go out of bounds. The reason I say that is earlier this year, Reed had to stop wrestling because of a health scare. He was diagnosed and caught with a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot in his lung. And they had to take care of that. And he wound up coming back to Kiski area right before the team duels started and has not lost since then. And just talking about how every day for him is kind of a blessing because it could have ended then and there for him. So a life-threatening condition.
Kiski needed him for the dual meet team championships. They had lost to Cannon McMillan without him, and they beat Cannon McMillan for the District 7 team title with him.
Yeah, he's a leader for Kiski area, head coach Chris Heater. No champions in the history of Kiski area. We've had 24 medalists, including Reed's 2nd place last year and a 6th place in 2016. His freshman year, he did not get to states because, and this just shows you the maturity that Reed has attained over the years. As a freshman, he was pulled off the mat during the Whippeal tournament and forfeited by his coach because he was using bad language on the mat. Pulled him right off the mat. You're done. And here he is in the state final.
I respect that.
Yep. Go
Kitske,
on.
by the way, Kitske did have a state champion back in 2012.
Thank you.
Matt McCutcheon was a state champion.
Did not read the fine print there. Of course. The Kitske.
A favorite at Penn State.
Yep.
And All-American at 197, Big Ten third last year, injured this year.
Time runs out in the first period. No score between Debo and Reed.
Red, your choice. Red's going down. Go. Go.
Debo will go underneath in this scoreless
set, don't move.
second period. Randy Evans from New Bethlehem, District 9. His 27th year as a PIAA official is the man in the middle of this match.
Kitske area, of course, took second in the state dual meet team championships. Head coach Chris Heater was just awarded AAA Coach of the Year.
Debo gets the escape. He's got a 1-0 lead. And they'll go out of bounds there. So for Debo, his journey here, he had a slew of health issues when he was a youngster in junior high. In fact, was diagnosed with a condition that's called Blount disease, which causes lower leg bones to curve, and typically it affects one leg, and needed an operation. And in fact, they were fearful that he was going to potentially have to amputate a lower leg, but that fortunately did not need to happen because of an infection. They were able to treat it with antibiotics, and he gives up the takedown here to Reed. But both of these guys have had some health scares, and it's good to see them out here in the state final. So a 2-1 lead for Isaac Reed in our last final of the evening. Nazareth will win the state championship. Cathedral Prep will finish second to the Eagles, and Bethlehem Catholic will finish in third.
Don't move. Go ahead, top. Set.
DeBow had a great semifinal match against Michael Wolfgram from Central York. Wolfgram undefeated. DeBow beat him in the semifinals 5-2 to make it into this championship match.
Reed had a couple of pins earlier in the tournament, a 7-0 win over Ryan Stewart of Warwick in the semifinals this morning.
Okay, set. Good top. Set.
Reed on top, 40 seconds to wrestle here in the second period.
The assistant coach at Kitske High School, Chuck Tursky, stepped down last year. He had been the head coach there for 36 seasons. He's WPIAL's winningest coach with 505 victories. He's a member of 5 different Hall of Fames, including the PIAA and National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
He was the guy that pulled Reed off the mat, by the way.
Good for him.
You're a Hall of Fame coach, you do what you want, you know? Reed ranked number 5 in the nation by Intermat. He'll wrestle at Lockhaven next year. And that will end period number 2. It'll be Reed's choice. He'll go underneath.
Let him in there, Red. Let him in there.
Debo has a little bit of a weight advantage here on Reed. Reed weighs in at about 250 pounds. Debo a little bit bigger than that.
Set.
Reed to his feet. Debo trying a front trip, and he'll cut him. 3-1 the lead here for Isaac Reed in the third period of the 285-pound bout.
No, rack in.
And they'll go out.
On the line, guys.
Little shot attempt there by Reed. Debo fending that off.
So Cathedral Prep will take second in the team race?
Yes. Yeah, they are free and clear of Bethlehem Catholic. They will wind up with a first or a second place, depending on
No, rack in, guys.
how Debo does here. Another champion,
On the
Carter
line, gentlemen.
Staraki, in an 8th place.
Stay in the center, guys. Stay
So
in the
they
center
are
left.
the only school that could have 2 champions. Cathedral Prep is. But Isaac Reed not looking like he's going to be giving anything up here in the final 45 seconds. Just staying in good position, has not had a stalling warning called against him. Little half shot attempt there by Reed. Debo has 10 seconds to try to come up with something here. Shot attempt toward the edge of the mat, another one. Reed will keep him away and blast him out of bounds with 5 seconds to go.
On the line, guys. Good set.
So that will do it.
Strong, guys.
Been a long journey for Isaac Reed. It is complete with a gold medal here in Hershey. A champion for Kiski.
Congratulations.
He wins 3-1 over Kalan Debo
Right here,
of
get your
Cathedral
picture.
Prep.
Now we're gonna spin one more time, okay? Right here. Congratulations.
Here is the only takedown of the match, a blast double.
Last double from Isaac Reed.
That was the old football tackle. Here are the award winners as we go to the medal stand at 220 pounds.
In 6th place from Exeter Township, Dennis Karras. In 5th place from Laurel Highlands, Eden Edenfield. In 4th place, Cole Forrester from Shippensburg. In 3rd place from Pocono Mountain West, Greg Bensley. Your runner-up from Altoona, Parker McClellan. And your champion at 220 pounds, Hunter Katka from Sun Valley, a 7-5 winner. Congratulations, Hunter Katka, and all of our 220-pound medalists.
So there is Hunter Katka, champion. After battling through a bloody nose through the better part of the postseason, Hunter Katka, a sophomore state champion at 220 pounds, Sun Valley's first ever state champion with the gold medal around his neck. Congratulations to both Hunter Katka and the man he beat, Parker McClellan. silver medalist, as well as the rest of the guys with the hardware at 220 pounds. Here's a look at the results in the final 4 weight classes. Josh Stillings, Penridge's second ever champion, with a 3-1 win over Tim Wallace of Albert Gallatin High School. Luke McGonigal was a winner and a pinner at 195 pounds, just 1 minute and 37 seconds after a lateral drop, launching Cole Urbis and decking him. Hunter Katka was a 7-5 winner over Parker McClellan with 3 takedowns to his credit. And then we just saw Isaac Reed, a 3-1 winner via the takedown that he picked up in the second period over Kaywan Debo. So 1 set of medals left to give away before we go to the medal stand. Let's take a look at Luke McGonigal as he launches Cole Urbis with this lateral drop early in the match. It was a thing of beauty, Jim, and you knew it was just a matter of time after he hit it when he get the fall.
Well, he's got that little trip right there is what does it, but he spends the next minute and a half getting in position and finally gets enough leverage and enough pressure to get the fall. Right there, just as he just picks up a little bit on that leg, that's enough. You think he's excited?
Oh man, that is great stuff. The champion at 195 pounds, Luke McGonigal, climbing to the top of the award stand. And here's Sammy Sasso at 145 pounds, the only other pin in the finals. His victory over Colby Ho. It was 4-1 after 1 period, and then Sasso just went to work, getting a couple more takedowns and ultimately finishing off Colby Ho in 5 minutes and 22 seconds. That's the end of it. Sasso winning his second state championship, wrapping up a superb career for Nazareth with the gold medal. Next stop, Ohio State for Sammy Sasso. One last trip to the award stand, and let's go to the 285-pound medalists.
In 7th place, from Roman Catholic, Michael Leland. In 6th place, from Warwick, Ryan Stewart. In 5th place, from LaSalle College, Garrett Zobel. Fourth place, Michael Wolfgram of Central York. Third place, from West Mifflin, Gerald Brown. In 2nd place, from Cathedral Prep, Kaywan Debo. And introducing your 2018 PIAA AAA champion at 285 pounds. He was a winner by decision 3-1. From Kiski area, Isaac Reed.
So there he is, Isaac Reed, PIAA champion at 285 pounds. Some hardware yet to be given out. First of all, the team trophies, Nazareth is going to take first, Cathedral Prep will take second, Bethlehem Catholic in third, and Kiski area in fourth. Most pins in the least amount of time award is going to go to Sam Hilligus, who also won a state title. Then the outstanding wrestler, no surprise, Sammy Sasso, Jim.
Sammy Sasso, boy, he had a great final. Took a little bit of the first period to get him started, but once he got it rolling, it was all Sammy Sasso.
So those are the award winners at 285 pounds. Our last set of medals being handed out here this weekend at the Giant Center. It's been a long weekend of wrestling. 14 champions in Class 2A and Class 3A, and we're glad you spent some time with us here on PCN. We want to thank our director, Brian McCarty, our producer, Matt Hall, the PIAA staff, including Dr. Bob Vardy and Mark Byers, Jen Alviani and the staff here at the Giant Center, and Tom Elling for his fine work in helping us prepare for our broadcast this evening. So that'll do it from here at the Giant Center. For my partner, Jim Davis, this is Kyle Berger saying so long, everybody. We're glad you could join us for the state championships on PCN. Good night.